gonna grab that. I'll be right back.
We are live. Hello, everyone watching in the chat. James has gone again, literally as the stream starts.
Sorry, you know what it was? I just made a cup of tea and I'm just grabbing it.
Fair enough.
Keep me going, you know.
And the one mistake I'm not going to make this week is when I put the comments on stream, I'm not going to click ban user and delete. I'm not going to make that mistake twice.
Oh, did you do that? Who did you ban?
I banned Jim last week accidentally. I went to put his comment on the screen and accidentally clicked ban. And then I was frantically trying to get him back. So, yeah.
I did watch some of last week's live stream, but I didn't watch it all. I must have missed that bit.
It was right at the end, yeah. Sai's here. Hello, Sai.
Hello, buddy. Right,
we'll get straight on cracking on with our recent watches. Andy, do you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. So yesterday I watched 2 4Ks, the Pumpkinhead and The Craft. The Craft looked awesome on 4K. I was never a big fan of that film, but it really, really won me over last time I watched it. And the most recent film I saw at the cinema was last night. I went to see Final Destination Bloodlines, which I really enjoyed. A lot of fun. Yeah, it does something a little bit different than the others, but yeah, it was maybe my favorite, or at least in the top 2 when it comes to those films. I just had a lot of fun with them. But yeah, that's about it really. Nothing else. Just not a whole lot.
Fair enough. I know, Lisa, you've seen Final Destination, the new one. What did you think? I think you liked it as well, didn't you?
I loved it. I'm hearing a lot of people don't, and I don't understand. I thought it was fabulous. I loved every minute of it.
Yeah, I've still stuck on the first. I watched the first one, I think, at the start of the year, and then I've bought like the American 4-pack and then the 5th one, but I've not got round to checking those ones out yet. So I will before I watch the new one. Build up. Yeah, I've heard they're pretty good. I've heard that I think the 4th one is supposed to be the weakest one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but is that the prequel one? The set before everything?
Is it? I'm terrible at this sort of question. I don't know.
I think it's the one that's kind of been hailed as the one for really having the good ending, because it kind of brings it full circle, is the 5th one.
Right.
That's kind of like this secret prequel. But yeah, it's
right. Okay.
The 4th one's kind of very much by the numbers, and there's some silly stuff in it. It's why it's considered the weakest, but I still enjoy it.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Has anyone else seen either of the other films that Andy mentioned watching?
I've seen The Craft.
Yeah,
The Craft. Yeah, go.
It was
I've seen The Craft
and Pumpkinhead. I watched yesterday.
I've definitely seen The Craft because it's the girl who returned to Oz in it, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can't remember her name. She's also in The Waterboy.
Yeah, Perusa Bark.
Vicky Valentine.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the only couple of things I've seen her in. The Craft, Waterboy, and Return to Oz.
Yeah, she's in American History X as well.
Oh, so she is. I've got that up there, actually.
Nice. Sam, what have you been watching?
Yeah, I've watched a few things. I watched Traffic for the first time, which I thought was really good. That was excellent. Definitely isn't probably my second favourite Steven Soderbergh film after Sex, Lies and Videotape. I went to Tyneside Cinema last week to go and see La Haine, which is really good. Probably better on second viewing. I went to go and see High Noon as well, like on Thursday. That is fantastic. That was like my second film that I watched like this year on like New Year's Day. And what else have I watched, Ollie? Oh, crikey, what else? I rewatched This Is the End, Knocked Up, and yeah, it was great going back to those again. Still my American comedy binge at the minute. And yeah, I watched Made in Manhattan, which was not too bad. I thought it was okay. That was fine. It was a solid 6 out of 10 film. So yeah, those are those are some of my latest watches there, Ollie.
Yeah, I take it you're not a fan of Made in Manhattan, then, Lisa, by the face that you pulled.
Oh no, it's a romantic comedy. I can't bear them. I'm not good with romantic comedies. It's like, oh God. And is that the one with Jennifer Lopez in?
Yeah.
And Ray Fiennes.
Yeah.
No, no.
I
Bob
didn't
Hoskins
mind
is good in it,
I
though.
thought it was okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind it. It's one that I do own in the collection. I've only seen it once. It's not one that I can say I've ever really had the impulse to go back to, but it's
Nah,
there
sitting
if
here,
I want
Ollie.
it. It's there if I want to watch it.
And,
But,
and I will say as well, Ollie, I can totally get why people probably don't like that movie, because it is a film I don't think that had the best reception and stuff. But I thought it was just all right. I kind of put it in a similar bracket to that film I watched called One for the Money, the same actress from Knocked Up. It's a pretty bad, cheesy movie, but just a lot of fun at the same time. So it's yeah. And of course, Ollie, we had our watch along of Anora, didn't we? And that was fantastic to have a watch along of that. And oh, I watched the one that Jodie's been singing this film's praises, the film The Good Girl with Jennifer Aniston. That was pretty solid.
yeah, the best thing about that watch along is I kept looking down every now and then to see what your face was, and your reactions half the time they were priceless, Sam. They really were. You could just see it on your face. You just like what I was looking, because obviously because we were in sync. I looked and I was like, I need to see what Sam's face looks like, and your jaw just dropped like that.
Do you know what, Ollie? I think you might have picked up on this then in that case that obviously when basically she is kicking the shit out of that guy at one point in like that house.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
not kicking the shit, but obviously like bruise him at one
yeah.
point. And their reaction, and the guy that just escapes.
It is so funny.
Just so funny. It is absolutely fantastic though, isn't it, Ollie? It's
Oh yeah.
definitely one of the best films in recent times. That.
I know, Andy, you've seen it. As James and Lisa, have you seen it?
What one's that? So I've
Honora?
just read the comments. I've seen it. I should just keep my mouth shut about that.
Fair enough.
I didn't like it, but I know I'm in the minority, but I don't know. I just didn't think it was Oscar worthy. That's the Noel put it. I thought it was okay, but I would never watch it again. But I know that's not a popular opinion. Sometimes I can have pretty weird taste. So that's probably more me than the movie, I think.
You're not on your own on that one, by the way, Lisa. Pete and Pedro wasn't a fan of it either, and I don't think who else? Mike C. I don't think he was a fan of that film either.
No,
So
Mike
you're
didn't
not
like
on
it,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, so you're not on your own on that one. But I think you get that with every film as well, don't you, Lisa? Like there might be a popular movie that we just always don't quite gravitate towards. I've got them popular movies as well, definitely.
There's a few of us. There's probably 2 or 3 of us, but most people I know love it. It's one of those things where I think, should I watch this again? Was I wrong? And maybe I wasn't in the right mood, but I'm one of the minority that wasn't a big fan. I was really surprised that it won the Oscar, to be honest.
Which one
Yeah.
were you hoping to win Best Picture, Lisa, out of interest?
Who was up for it again? The main one I wanted to see was Demi Moore winning Best Actress for The Substance. That was the one that gutted me.
Okay, that's a good shout.
I think there was The Brutalist, Conclave,
Yeah.
Dune Part 2, I think The Wild Robot maybe as well.
It was the Wild Robot one there. There was
I think I was expecting The Brutalist to win, I think.
The Brutalist.
I was as well, to be fair, Lisa.
too,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was Wicked nominated as well?
Wicked, yeah, Wicked was as well, yeah. Yeah. It is weird because there's those types of films like Wicked, like they're like crowd pleasers in general, but I don't think they're Oscar films. Really, there's like a lot of loose. Like I know a lot of people love them, but I know me and Sam are probably in the minority. But the Dune films, they're just I just don't. It's not for me.
Don't work for me either. No.
Yeah. I just, as I say, Lisa, I was saying this to Ollie as well. Like, don't get me wrong, I totally understand why those movies are just well beloved, they're well acclaimed, and all the power to the people. I absolutely love those movies. But I think I was saying to Ollie this, there was just other new releases around that time or that year that I kind of personally connected with more, like Anora or The Substance, and even Heretic, to be honest, like films like that.
Yeah,
And
that's a good one.
yeah, but Dune, I said to Ollie this, I'm willing to give another go because I was very tired when I first watched it, but just I haven't got the urgency to, go back to it. I actually think I did prefer David Lynch's Dune, which I really enjoyed seeing a couple months ago.
Yeah, cool. No, I watched the first one, June Part 1, but I couldn't bring myself to even watch the second one. I was so bored. But like
Yeah,
you, it's like
same.
you can see like the craftsmanship in it, and you can see it's well made, well acted. Cinematography is beautiful. All those things. It didn't work for me personally. I'm not a big sci-fi person, so it could be that.
Yeah, I'm the same. I was watching it, and I'm just sat here watching. I'm thinking, what's this bloody spice bollocks all about? Because I just didn't get it. And they're like they're like fighting each other. And I was like, what the fuck's going on here? And it's just like, it looks nice, it sounds nice, but it's just. And another, this is probably a very unpopular opinion. I'm not a big fan of Timothy Chalamet. I just don't see. I just don't see.
That, yeah.
There's just the only thing that I can say that I really, really liked him in was Wonka. But then again, I do love Willy Wonka, so that's probably why I really liked that. But yeah, he's just cast in very films that are an acquired taste, like Call Me by Your Name, that one, Bones and All. They're very acquired tastes, and if you don't like the film. And again, even in Little Women, which was my favorite film that year, I didn't really like him in it. I just think he seems like a bit of a drip to me. I don't know, it's probably just me, but he just seems like a bit of a drip.
Yeah.
I must admit, Ollie, I will say with that one, Timothy Chalamet is personally not one of my favourite actors or anything either. I probably preferred it when he started out in more like indie drama roles opposed to when he went into these more bigger films, like films like Lady Bird and was it Beautiful Boy, Call Me by Your Name. I think I kind of preferred it when he was in those films opposed to the more Hollywood films that he would go on to be in. But yeah, I think in like the last couple of films he's been in as well, Ollie, he hasn't really done much for me either.
I mean, I liked the Bob Dylan film.
Oh, actually, sorry, no, that was great. I just remembered. That was excellent.
The biggest issue I had with it when I was watching it, and this is my gripe with actors, if I'm watching a film, if an actor's playing a real life person, and I'm watching the film and I'm thinking of that person as the actor, then I don't think they're doing a good enough job. And when I was watching that film, I didn't see Bob Dylan. I saw Timothy Chalamet playing Bob Dylan, which I think is why, as much as I thought the film was really good, I loved the story because I didn't know much about Bob Dylan. I just didn't see just Bob Dylan. I saw Timothy Chalamet as Bob Dylan, if that makes sense.
I get that, yeah.
But yeah, it's weird to think that he started off in like Interstellar, and then he kind of like you said, did loads of indie films, and now he's like a big blockbuster star again. But yeah, there's people that say that they think he's the next Daniel Day-Lewis, and I just think, no. I just think that they're completely off the mark there. He's just one of those guys. He's like one of those. I don't know why, because I think he's a funny-looking bloke as well. But they like all these girls are like pining after him, and I just think he's
quite handsome.
Such a funny look. I don't know. There's something about his face. It's just like I don't know.
Pretty for a boy. He's very
Maybe
You
that's
know,
what it
I
is.
said,
It's very feminine, and I just think it's weird.
yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, there's just something about him that I just don't. He
You
just
really
does
don't
not.
like him, do you, Ollie?
I'll say
Yeah.
on a level of we got to judge actors on what I call a Drew Barrymore level.
Yeah.
Love
So
her.
basically, if you go a 1 is basically Drew Barrymore in her worst thing, and a 10's Drew Barrymore in Scream just because she gets killed off straight away. I'd put him probably about 7. So he's
That's
tolerable.
not bad.
I'll
Yeah.
watch his films because I've got nothing against him personally, and I'm prepared to watch his films. It's just I'm disappointed with his films more often than not, or not the
You
films
sound like a
themselves.
parent. I'm not
him in his
angry.
film.
I'm disappointed.
Oh, that's worse, isn't it?
That's just bad.
I know you can do better. I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed in you.
I
It's
will
just
say that. Oh, sorry, Ollie. I was going to say as well, Ollie, his character in what was it, The French Dispatch, did nothing for me as
I
well.
honestly forgot he was even in that.
Yeah,
Until you just said, I honestly forgot he was in that because it's just like I said, lots. He's not very memorable for me, except obviously for the big things, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. And the fact how he's got like whatchamacallit, is it one of the Jenner sisters? It's just like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to go on a rant though because I think we've had enough slagging off Timothy Chalamet for one stream. So we'll
You
move
start
over
me
to
off on.
James.
I'm going to
You
say,
start
Ollie,
me
he
off.
might be watching this live stream.
Oh
Yeah,
God, I
you
hope
start
not.
me. You start me off on Xavi or CEX this week.
Oh God, they've been playing you about again, haven't they?
No. If you notice, I've got one of my t-shirts on, but you probably can't see. But yeah, one of my four mystery t-shirts that all came the same.
Yeah. And
Uh,
Roy
or
got it, and he got a different one straight away.
he got a Star Wars t-shirt. That's what I wanted. I was wanting to place my Empire Strikes Back t-shirt. Roy chooses one. He gets Star Wars. I choose 4. I get 4 Harry Potters. And not that I had that t-shirt in the first place, but I don't need 5 of them, so I'm wearing them for my gym uniform. But CX bugged me this week as well because I don't know if you've seen in my video, but I bought the 3 Clint Eastwood 4Ks of CX. And they charge you £2.95 postage for each individual item. And I was like, okay, fine. I'm going to pay it because I'm going to use my vouchers. And then they had the cheek to send 2 of them in the same envelope and charge me £6 postage.
Yeah, that's
No,
wrong.
I wouldn't be doing it. Nope.
That's wrong.
No, no. So no. If you sent it individually, that it was from an individual store, fine, okay. But you sent it in the exact 2 of them in the exact same envelope, and then I emailed them, and they sent me a generic bit back about this is our policy. We charge per item, and I says you haven't even read my email. You have given me a generic answer. I didn't want a generic answer. I want an explanation as to why you put it in the same envelope and charged me £6. Sent me a generic reply after that. Same guy sent me the same generic reply back. So I've just given. I was going to give up, but I went. You haven't even read my last email, have you? And sent that back. So, but there you go. But what we're talking about is what I've watched, and I watched over the last week or so. I quite browse YouTube, and I find myself going to do a YouTube short rabbit hole sometimes. You just keep scrolling them, and I kept getting clips up for a Mel Gibson movie that I've never seen, The Patriot. Like 4 or
Oh, yeah.
5 different clips of The Patriot. So you know what? I went on Amazon Prime and I put it on. It actually looks like it's came off Amazon Prime in the last week already. So anybody wants to watch it on there, they can because it's locked now. But I watched it on there, and Mel Gibson really doesn't seem to like the British, does he? Braveheart and the
Yeah.
the Patriot. Now that's what it reminded me. The Patriot reminded me of an American Braveheart
I see that.
film. So I watched that. Have any of you guys seen the Patriot?
Yeah.
I've
Oh, yeah.
not.
I really like it,
Yeah,
but then again, Braveheart's
yeah,
one of
I
my
do.
favourite movies.
I like the Patriot as well. I thought it was a really good. I thought it was a really good movie. I thought that's what I'm saying about it. I just said it reminded me of Braveheart, shall we say? And I say it's
Yeah,
why I've not seen it, and why I chose to watch it on Amazon Prime when it was sitting on my shelf and had to endure 2 minutes of adverts. Probably because it was late at night and I didn't really bother getting up and put the disc in. But there you go. So I watched that. I also rewatched The Born Identity. Went back to 2003. I think that's the best one. And I just put it on one night and I rewatched The Born Identity. Matt Damon doing some action for the first time. I think that is his first action movie, isn't it? But
So
it was
yeah,
pretty good. Yeah. And I also watched another Matt Damon movie, coincidentally, which was Contagion. I've seen that a few times, but I think
Okay.
it's like a rewatchable virus
mm,
movie. And I'm into that type of end of the world, post-apocalyptic stuff, and it's a good watch. And my son actually asked me to go lie with him at night sometimes. He's 12, but he still asks me to come lie with him at night sometimes. So I actually put Contagion on my Kindle. And the other day he quoted me for Contagion because he must have been watching it as well. He goes, you touch your face 2 or 3 thousand times a day?" And I said, "You got that for the film I was watching, didn't you?" He goes, "Yes." So I watched Contagion, and again I was scrolling through YouTube Shorts and a couple of clips for iRobot came up, and I think iRobot with Will Smith's a great movie. I do. It's so actually I did actually get off the couch and put the disc in and watch that. And the best bit of that I think is when he's on the motorway, if you've seen it, and the two big huge container carriers with robots cut him off, and one robot jumps out and he goes, "You're experiencing a car accident," and he goes, "To hell I am." I think that's a great. And he goes, "Hell, no, I'm not." So I want that's the four that I can remember watching. Oh, I did. I will rewatch The Big Short as well. I do like watching The Big Short. I'll quite watch. So these are comfort movies for me. I just put them on repeat. So Steve Carell and Christian Bale telling us all about the financial banking crisis of 2008. So that's the five I watch. That's the five I watched, or ones I remember anyway.
nice. Yeah, I've seen iRobot. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. And obviously the Born Identity I've seen. I think my favorite Bourne film is probably the third one, Ultimatum. I really like that one. Not
Well,
seen
you're
the
a
Patriot.
while, Lolly, so I might get them. I thought I may as well go through the whole lot now that I've watched the first.
Yeah, I've not seen the Patriot though. And what was the other two you said?
Big Short
Contagion.
Yeah, seen the
and
Big Short. That's a
Contagion.
good one. And Contagion. Yeah, that's scary. That is. I watched that during the pandemic. My mistake.
Yeah,
It
I think it's
was.
quite realistic.
Yeah, but the thing is, because we were all at home, it was when I was basically my collection wasn't as big as it is now, so I didn't have as many options to watch physical. So I was on Netflix quite a lot, and obviously it was one of the big films on Netflix at the time, and I'd never
It
seen
was
it,
a-
so I thought I
it was
out of
actually quite hard to get physically
yeah, it was at the
then
time,
as
yeah,
well.
but yeah, it's a good film, but like no living what we've lived through now, it makes it harder watch, I think. Because, like you say, it is very realistic now as to what we experienced.
Mm.
But have you guys seen Contagion as well? The other three of you?
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
not. I'm still yet to check out because I've got the Blu-ray for like £1 last month, and it's kind of
That's a good
still
deal.
Sorry, James.
I was just saying that's a good deal.
Oh, fantastic indeed, mate, for the Blu-ray, definitely. Yeah, and to like carry on, what is it, Ollie, with Steven Soderbergh's filmography? Yeah, that's one I'm gonna have to try and like watch soon. I might watch The Limey next. That might be the next one I watch from Steven Soderbergh, Out of Sight, and then probably Contagion. But yeah, it's been on my radar, that one, for Canny Wild, to be fair.
Yeah, I read somewhere as well that I think that they were trying to do a sequel, or at least Steven Soderbergh had an idea for a sequel to that. Obviously
Okay.
after COVID. I'd be interested to know what the story is. I don't know if I'd be interested to see it in a film though.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, because I think it could only be the same as what we've got before, unless it's continuing the exact same story of the first one, like the same virus and like I don't know,
I
because I
forgot
can't
about the
remember
end.
what it's.
I forgot about the end of it, Ollie. How she got it, and it's sort of poetic, isn't it? You remember
Yeah,
that bit from the restaurant? He's touched a duck, and then he's going to shaking her hand. It's like the bird flu.
Right.
yeah, which is how
That's
COVID
what.
started, wasn't it?
Well,
Yeah,
so they say.
so that's what they say. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy that is, and like the social distancing in that, like we didn't even know what social distancing was until COVID, and it's crazy that
And they
film, like
are,
how
and they are
like
not. Yeah, how
yeah,
it predicted. Yeah, how close it was. Yeah,
yeah,
Crazy
mad.
to think, isn't it, Ollie? That was over 5 years ago,
I
wasn't
know,
it?
yeah, mad.
Crazy to think about. And I just remember I didn't know much like about, obviously, well, I obviously heard the name about the coronavirus, and but I just, it was kind of like I just heard the name and just like briefly. Was it about late February, getting into March? I think it was when they started to advertise it on the news. I think that's when they were, and then but then it kind of really just kind of just went from there with the whole like they were going to obviously we're going to go into lockdown, and then places were going to shut down and stuff, and it was really sad when those businesses closed as well during the pandemic. And then obviously it was and then obviously we had to have sanitizer and just social distancing as well. It was like something we just never ever experienced before. That was, and was it about probably 3 years ago, was it, Ollie, when we started to see things come back, slowly coming back to the norm again in regards to, obviously with COVID being like sort of over and stuff, about two,
Yeah,
3 years ago.
I think once
I,
those
I,
vaccines started coming into circulation, that's when things started to get a bit better, and we came out of the
Yeah.
lockdowns and the restrictions were taken out, and yeah, I think it was about then. Yeah,
I
I'm trying
think
to remember during
yeah.
COVID how I actually bought movies. Did I just buy them online? Did I actually go to the shops? I can't actually remember.
Yeah, I think I bought majority of mine online, I think,
yeah, me
Ollie.
too.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
through
me
like
too.
just eBay and stuff. Yeah, I think it was for me, and
Yeah,
records. I was buying them off Discogs. I think that was during what I did.
See,
What I did during
see,
COVID.
CEX was still open because they the technology, so that was deemed as an essential. So
Yeah.
yeah, crazy. Anyway, Lisa, what have you been watching?
I've got my letterboxed because my memory's terrible. I've been watching. I haven't watched that many movies. I was watching, that series You on
Oh yeah,
Netflix, which I loved. I finished that. I saw obviously Final Destination, Bloodlines.
Yeah.
The last few days I've watched Neighborhood Watch, which is a new one with what do you call the
oh,
guy
is
that
that the
plays
Jeffrey
Negan?
Dean Morgan one and Jack
That's
Quaid?
him.
Yeah, that looks
Yeah,
good.
watched
Yeah,
that. I enjoyed that. Watched that last night. The Ugly Stepsister is one of the better ones I've watched recently. I don't know if any of you have seen that yet.
I really want to see that,
Yeah,
Lisa.
it's like a horror twist on Cinderella.
Yeah.
It's not quite as bad as people are saying it is, though. I've heard it compared to The Substance. I don't think it's even close to that sort of level of body horror, but it's good. It's well worth a watch. Flight Risk, I watched despite myself. I knew I wouldn't like it,
oh
and I
dear,
didn't, but I
I
watched
made
it
that
anyway.
mistake. James told me not to watch that, and then next week I
Yeah.
watched it, and I was like to James, "I wish I'd listened to you."
Why did I watch that?
Ollie, Ollie, I learned something about Flight Risk the other day that, and I was mad at myself because I thought Mark Wahlberg had got a bald cap on that. Apparently, didn't he?
No,
Apparently,
he
shaved
shaved
his
his
head.
head.
Yeah.
Did.
I thought it was a bald cap because it looked so awful. But
Yeah.
it isn't. It's his actual head.
Makes it even worse, doesn't it?
Unfortunately, yeah, it does make it worse. Why? And apparently, he went to. He said he went to the director and asked to play it like that,
Yeah, yeah.
and the director went,
Oh.
"Okay." I'm like, "Why would you do that?"
Mad.
It still baffles. It just still baffles me. It still baffles me. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll just shave a big chunk in the middle of my head. That'll make the movie palatable.
No, it didn't work, did it?
No.
Was that everything you watched, Lisa?
The only other thing was because I watched Final Destination Bloodlines a week early, it was like on a double bill. So I watched the
Yeah.
first Final Destination just before, but that's it in the last week.
Nice. Yeah, yeah, I do like that first Final Destination, so I do need to get into the sequels. It's the thing with me is I'm not big on like I won't go near like any of the Saw films or Hostel or anything like that. But I'm told it's not to that level. There's a gore in it, but not to that level. So I think I'll be all right with the rest. I mean, I got on all right with the first one, so I think I'll get on all right with
It's
the
tongue
rest.
in cheek.
You,
It's not
Yeah,
as serious as those other movies. If you were okay with the first one, you'll be fine with the rest of them.
yeah, yeah. I
have you
think
not
I'll
seen
check
Hostile, Ollie?
Hostel. No, I'm not
Oh,
gonna go near that.
there's a bit in that I absolutely hate where he cuts the guy's Achilles tendons and tells him to walk.
Oh,
Oh,
God,
he goes, just take it. He locks his walk to the room and he goes, "You're free to go," and cuts his Achilles tendons and tells him to walk to the door. Oh,
that does
that is that.
absolutely nothing for
Oh,
me.
it was but it's like so. I was really sick at that bit. I really
It's
was. I was like, I can just imagine how sore that was. Well, and obviously he's not done it, but imagine, oh, yeah, still gives me like a stomach ache now even thinking about it.
it is weird though, isn't it? Because it's like, can you really say that those types of films are made for entertainment? Because you don't like sit and say, "Oh yeah, this is great fun." Like I'm loving this
yeah.
because it's just I don't know.
But
I suppose it's
but
like
they do
some
keep you
people
watching.
have a dark side, I suppose, and that's why they made. Because I mean, you got to just imagine the thoughts going through these directors' heads and writers when they're like putting this to paper. It's just like, what do they dream of at night? It's like quite disturbing.
I'm a
That's
massive
still the
horror
worst bit in
fan, and I
Hostile.
don't even like Hostel.
Yeah,
You, sorry, Hostile. My wife's just saying it's not hostile, it's hostile. I know it's hostile. Yeah, but sometimes you've just got to watch it to go like I've seen that and I can see how disturbing it is. Like I
Mm.
don't know I don't know if you've seen the Human Centipede, but that's even
Yeah.
worse.
I've seen all of them. Oh, there's very little I
I've,
haven't
o-
watched. I'm obviously sick.
I've, o- I've only seen this. I've only seen the first Human Centipede, but I've not seen the other one. Do you know what that is, Ollie?
I do. Yeah, I think those
Yeah,
types
fair enough.
I think those types of films. Do you know what I think it is? I think they're made out of intrigue. I think more than
Yeah,
anything, they just intrigue people, and then they go and watch it, and they're disgusted so much it makes them think afterwards. That's probably why you like those sorts of
Yeah.
things, Lisa, because it makes you think afterwards and gets in your head.
Yeah. I don't like Hostel though. I will admit that's one of the ones I don't like.
Yeah,
I love Saw, but I think that's because of the sort of like justice in it. You know, the way the people are in the trap for a reason, whereas Hostel's
yeah.
just torture. That's
Yeah,
why I
there's no
don't like that.
redemption in Hostel. There's no
Yeah,
redemption there. You can't.
that would do it for me. No.
yeah. Well, I've watched three only in the last 2 days. Well, last day since I put my last video up. I watched yesterday afternoon. I watched The Mirror Cracked, which is a Miss Marple film with Angela Lansbury.
Okay.
Really good film. I didn't even really know
Oh,
about it. It was just one I picked up when we were in the vault in Birmingham. It's got a cracking cast. It's got Rock Hudson, Kim Novak, Elizabeth Taylor, Tony Curtis, Geraldine Chaplin. Really good cast. Like it's basically your typical Miss Marple thing in the small village. a big Hollywood production comes to the village. People start mysteriously dying, and she's sleuthing, trying to find out. But I just love Angela Lansbury, and I think that was a role she was born to play. So yeah, I absolutely loved that. Love those sorts of things anyway. I don't know if any of you guys have seen that one.
No.
I
No,
haven't,
afraid not.
Ollie.
No, nobody. Oh wow,
Mm.
that's the first nobody seen a film that I've watched. Wow. Yeah, I'd recommend it though. It's on the Vintage Classics label on Studio Canal. So yeah, if they're doing it like a
Roy will,
250.
Roy will have.
I
He's
don't
got
think
all of
no,
them.
because I picked it up and showed it to Roy, and he didn't. I think he knew what it was, but he didn't have it. But I
Okay.
was just so because I didn't even know it existed. I knew the name because obviously it's obviously based on one of the Agatha Christie books, so I knew the name, but I didn't know, and I didn't know it was like as late as it was. I thought it was going to be like a '60s film, but it's from
No,
1980.
1980. Yeah,
Yeah,
just you looked that up. Yeah.
but I think what they said, because it's set in the 50s, they wanted to get all of the stars of the 50s, hence them being like Kim Novak, Tony Curtis, Rock Hudson, Elizabeth Taylor, because they were all the big thing in the 50s. But yeah, really good film. If you like those sorts of like detective Agatha Christie films, I'd say it's definitely worth a watch if you can get a hold of it.
It says it's on Prime.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it might be because
Oh no, it's on Studio Canal with Prime. So
that'd be
again,
it.
you
Yeah,
have to pay
yeah,
the extra. But yeah, there you go.
yeah. And then next up, last night I watched Gregory's Girl for the first time, which was a cracking
I see
film.
that.
Oh,
Yeah,
glad to hear it,
Oh,
Ollie.
I should have that. I really should, but I've not. I think
it's
it's
when I
got
said
4K as
about
well now.
yeah, it was when I said about Local Hero, James, and you didn't even know what it was. I
Well,
found that mad. But yeah, it's the same director, Bill Forsyth, and I got another one up
I've
there.
seen Gregory's Girl.
You've seen, yeah, I thought you would have seen that, but I got another one up there called Heavenly Pursuits, which Sam picked up as well. And it says on the back, if you
Yeah.
liked Gregory's Girl and Local Hero, you'll love this. So it's basically going to be, that's got a good cast. That's Tom Conti and Helen Mirren, so
Yeah.
that should be a good one as well. But
I'm gonna try and watch that this week, Holly. It's supposed to be good as well. I think that one.
yeah, I've heard good things about it. Yeah, I think it's mid-80s, isn't it? I think so.
I can't remember what year it came out, mate, but probably similar around that time. No, yeah.
Yeah, but so yeah, Gregory's Girl, thumbs up there. Really enjoyed that. And then this evening, I watched Thunderbolts, which I went in sort of the more I'd seen of it, like the more trailers and stuff, the more excited I was. And then my excitement dipped when they started releasing spoilers 2 days after the film came out. And I was just like, why Marvel? Why did you do this? Like, you can't guarantee that every Marvel fan is going to go out in the first 2 days and be able to watch it, especially the fact since you've been putting out a load of crap for years, people just aren't as excited to go day one anymore. And they're saying, oh, it's a marketing strategy. Well, it's a shit marketing strategy, basically spoiling your film. People
Yeah.
are going to be like, oh, well, I don't need to go and see that one now. But I saw it regardless because I see all of them in the cinema, and actually, it really surprised me to the point I'd go as far to say it might be my favorite post Endgame film now.
Oh wow.
I just thought
Yeah.
it's not because I think because it has all the like there's films that I've liked like Spider-Man No Way Home and Deadpool and Wolverine, but I think that's more fan service, which is why there was a lot of hype around them and why people had a lot of fun with them. But I think this is different. I think this didn't have a lot of hype around it, hasn't got all that fan service because it's characters that we've only really seen once before pop up. It's the story that I really connected with because it's got obviously a deeper meaning to it. It's more trying to click into like mental health and not being the bad guy, and I just thought it was really
I'm
good.
just superheroed out at the moment, to be honest with you. I've had
Yeah,
enough.
I was because the last Captain America I didn't think much of at all.
I've not watched it, and I'm still way behind. I'm just, to be honest,
It's just yeah, I get what you
I'm just
mean.
didn't want to watch any superheroes right now, to be honest.
Yeah, it's just, but yeah, I'd say if you wanted to get back into the MCU, I think this is the film to do it, because it's very like the sort of film you would expect to see before Endgame, like that sort of film. But it's just got everything. It's got heart to it. There's a lot of humor. Some of it works, some of it doesn't. But you're gonna get that in any film. Not everyone's gonna laugh at everything. But yeah, it just really worked for me. And that post-credit scene was just the perfect tease for Doomsday. So yeah,
Is it
I'm
me,
looking
or
forward
is the
to it.
or is the CGI guess getting worse than it was before?
It's rushed.
I
That's
don't
the
know about that
problem.
one.
I think the amount of I think there's a mix. I think it's the amount of big productions that need CGI done to them nowadays is more than ever before. So they're being rushed by these studios to get to, because they got release dates to make, obviously. But now they're also being sneaky and they're using AI. And obviously AI can work, but sometimes it doesn't work. Again, I think it's a tool they're using because they've got release dates to hit. But yeah, I think you're right there.
But I've been using the Chat GTP to make my thumbnails,
Yeah, me
and
too.
it always it doesn't always get it right. And even if you
It,
ask it to
it
fix
can go
something,
very, yeah,
it doesn't fix it. It doesn't fix
it can
it.
go very wrong. I've been using like an AI video thing and just taking photos and changing them into videos and sticking them in the WhatsApp group. And the things I asked them to do is not remotely at all what the results come out with. There was one of basically when we were in Birmingham in one of the HMVs, there's a group photo of all of us, and I just put "make us all run," and everybody starts running. Roy's in the middle, and he runs, and he just turns into this giant green blobby thing, and it's just like, where the hell did this AI get that from? And there's another one. Go on, James.
I was just going to say, I think Larry introduced me to this AI video maker about a year ago, and there's a video on my channel, and I basically told it to, it'll actually generate a video, and I told it to generate a top 10 Nick Cage movie thing before he had to pay the tax man and got rubbish. And it did it. It did do it. It did do it, but it's all AI voice. But if you go back on my channel, you'll see it. And I put it up, and it did do a decent top 10, but it just wasn't right. This wasn't right.
What was your thoughts on Thunderbolts, Andy? Because I know you've seen it.
Yeah, kind of similar to yourself. I really liked it. Really enjoyed it. It was a bit of a breath of fresh air to see like a decent Marvel movie again. The only thing that's concerning me is it feels like Disney and the MCU, they haven't earned this Avengers Doomsday thing yet. Whereas Endgame and Infinity War, there was so much build up, there were so many movies. It feels like Thunderbolts now, we're just going straight into this big thing that's going to be happening next year with nothing, no foundations, nothing.
Yeah.
It's just going to happen, and we
It
just
took a long time to build up Infinity War, didn't it? It took a long time to
Yeah.
build the Infinity War
Yeah.
up.
There was
10
10 years.
There was
Yeah.
so much build up to Thanos. Like we had like little glimpses of him here and there. He was peppered in the series. We knew he was coming. This is just like, oh, we can't use Kang anymore, so let's just go straight to Doctor Doom. And yeah, we'll get Robert Downey Jr. back. That felt like a panic casting, in my opinion. Like we just, who are we going to get? What are we going to do? And it just feels like we
You
haven't.
take him seriously. You'll just be wanting to put his Iron Man suit on. Just change to Iron Man in the middle of the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I hope it's good. But yeah, I did enjoy Thunderbolts. It was fun. It was just that, like you said, it touched on that mental health thing, definitely. Which I'd not seen before in a superhero movie. But yeah, it was good. It was good. It was entertaining. Enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I suppose Thor, when they put on all that weight.
Yeah.
You know, that sort of mental health in it.
Yeah, I guess
Just
so.
turn into that.
Yeah. Has anyone else seen Thunderbolts yet? Got a chance to check it out?
Not yet.
No. It's definitely if you are like James and like sort of superhero fatigued, I think it's the right one to get back into the films because
Yeah.
it just does everything right, and it's not like I said, like Deadpool and Wolverine and this last Spider-Man film, basically purely fan service. Whilst those films I think are entertaining, I don't think they're as well made as Thunderbolts. I think Thunderbolts has more advantages to it. I think more better things about it than those two films. But yeah, definitely. I think it's definitely my favorite post Endgame film now.
When does Fantastic Four come out, Ollie?
July the 25th.
Oh, not
So
too long then.
not too long. 2 months. Yeah, not too long to wait. But I'm not sure. I'm a bit apprehensive on that one. The trailers haven't sold me. I'm just a bit because we've not had a great Fantastic Four film yet, and I just don't know if they just can't crack it. I don't know. I'm hoping this all falls together and makes for a good film and a good introduction to them in the MCU, but I'm still a bit dubious as to if it's going to work or not.
Do you know what, Ollie? It's mad to think about. It's been, what is it, like 18 years since we last had, what was it, Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer. So we've had, what is it, nearly coming up to 2 decades without a Fantastic Four film. So I think it's been long overdue. I hope it is good and stuff. I haven't seen any of the trailers, Ollie, but maybe that could be a good thing. I don't know. Because I haven't seen a single trailer for Wes Anderson's new one, which I think for me, Ollie, that could be a good thing, just not being a fan of his last 2 movies, and I can be completely wowed with his new one. So maybe this might be the similar case with Fantastic Four, but we'll have to see, Ollie. And like, there's been a couple of the movies where I thought this was going to be absolutely pants from the trailer and stuff, but then the film surprised me. So with this one, you never know. But yeah, sometimes, Ollie, you do get those kind of trailers though that don't always do the movie justice as well. There is that, isn't there?
Yeah, I take it you haven't seen Fan Four Stick then, Sam. I take it. Do you not even know what that is? Is it hidden? Because if so, we won't bring it up because it should stay hidden.
That was a bad movie.
Yeah.
Oh that was
God,
abysmal.
sorry.
Yeah, it's gone out of your mind.
I just saw what you did there. Yeah, I did watch that movie, Ollie, and I thought it was absolutely a load of old shite, and I will never ever watch it again.
Yeah, I want to know the people that have that film in their collections.
I've got it.
You've got it.
Which film are we talking about?
Fan Four Stick.
From
What is that?
2015, I think, James.
They call it Fan Four Stick because that's the way they made the title for some stupid reason. I mean, it matches the stupid film, but
It's not the Fantastic Four with Chris Evans in that you're talking about, is it?
No, the one they did after that with Miles Teller and Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, is that? Is he that guy that's in? He's got a TV series, Miles. No,
He was in Whiplash, James.
Oh yeah, I know who you mean.
Yeah.
I know who you mean.
Yeah.
But no, I've not seen that one. No.
Good. You've dodged a bullet.
That's good, mate.
I've got the old '90s one, the very first one, live action one. They tried, like, the studio tried to destroy every single second of that movie. But yeah, that is it the 2015 one? It's not good. It's not.
It's terrible, isn't it, Andy?
Yeah.
There was a few little things in it that I like. Like there's a scene in it where like Mr. Fantastic, he like has to disguise himself and he like stretches his face to look like someone else. I thought that was pretty good, but other than that, the movie is just garbage. It is terrible. Which is unfortunate.
How's the 90s movie, Andy? Because I didn't even know there was a 90s Fantastic Four movie till like recently.
Yeah, it's it definitely has its limits with its budget because it does the effects in it are terrible, but it probably is the most faithful to the comic with the
Okay.
characters. But it's just the effects in it are just they're so bad, so bad. Like I think like for Mr. Fantastic they use like pipes for like his extended limbs and stuff.
Oh.
It looks really bad, terrible CGI. The
Yeah.
Human Touch, but yeah, it's not good, but it weirdly is the most faithful.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right, we'll go through some comments now because I think we've got quite a few to catch up with. James is here. Hello, James.
Hello, James.
Hey, James.
James.
Scott's here. Hello, Scott.
Hello, bud.
Hi, Scott.
Go.
James has asked, good question, what's your favourite
Oh.
Stephen Graeme TV series or film? I'm going to say he was in Gangs of New York, wasn't he?
I think he was, yeah.
He was, yeah.
I'll go with that then.
I don't know what the name of it is, but I watched him in a TV series quite lately where he plays a prison guard.
Oh, Time.
And
Oh, I want to see that.
That's good. Yeah,
is it
that is good.
is that the same one with Sean Bean?
Sean Bean,
Yeah,
yeah, he
that's-
plays the
Yeah.
prisoner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he gets the prisoners corrupt him by blackmailing him and ends up going to jail.
Yeah, yeah. it's
I
good,
thought that was pretty good.
good
I thought
series.
that was
Yeah,
pretty good.
yeah. You guys got any other ones?
For me, it would be Boiling Point or Adolescence, I think. Would be both of mine that come to mind straight away.
Yeah.
Nice.
I
Yeah,
think
well.
from. Oh, sorry, Andy, you go first.
Oh no, I was going to say Boiling Point as well. That's
Yeah.
I've only seen the film, I haven't seen the show, but yeah, I kind of like work in like a similar sort of industry. So like when I watched the start of that film and he's being audited, like I kind of got where that was coming from. But yeah, it was that just felt so realistic, that movie, and the way it's edited and put together is just phenomenal. It just feels like a real, like in real time, like a night at this restaurant and everything that goes wrong. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, he's done some cracking stuff, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah, he's honestly, Ollie, become one of my favourite actors in now. He's just brilliant. I really liked that TV series was in called, I think it was Little Boy Blue, about
Oh yeah,
the lads that went missing in like who died like in Liverpool. It was about 2007, I think it was, and a fellow Evertonian as well. It's quite a hard watch, wasn't it, Andy? It's really good series, but quite a hard watch. That
I didn't watch the show, but I knew of the tragedy.
Yeah, really sad that. And Adolescence, absolutely fantastic, Holly. Glad we're getting a second season of that as well. To see how it plays out from like the ending of the first season. The Virtues is absolutely amazing. Such an underrated mini-series, that from Shane Meadows. And all of like This Is England, both film and TV series, fantastic. That there'd be some of my favourites for Stephen Graeme in as well, definitely.
I tell you one where he really shows that he's a good actor because he upstages one of the best actors today, The Irishman.
Yeah.
That specific table scene with Robert De Niro, like he upstaged him in that, and that just shows how good of an actor he is. So yeah, definitely good actor.
And of course, Ollie, the TV series of Boiling Point, as well as the films, absolutely brilliant as well. Did you watch that, Ollie, the TV series of Boiling Point?
No, I've not seen any Boiling Point before. Just not got around to watching it yet.
It's fantastic, mate, but it is really intense as well.
Yeah. Next comment. Who would play you in a biopic of your life? I'm just going to go for a non-serious answer. I'm going to say Timothy Chalamet. Because why not? Why not? On the subject, why not? Yeah. I don't. I could be sour all day otherwise, thinking of someone that like. The thing is, there's nobody that's going to look exactly like you. Whoever you get to choose, you're going to have to put makeup on or whatever, or prosthetics, because you're never going to find someone that looks exactly like you. And there's even some film biopics where, like, the real life person looks absolutely nothing like the actor playing him, like Malcolm X, Denzel Washington,
Yeah.
absolutely nothing like him. But that doesn't mean he gave a bad performance in the film. It's just not him. It's just weird. So that's what I'll say for me. What about you guys?
I've got three, but I'll let Andy go first.
I'll just say, because I can't think of anyone, I'll just go with Danny DeVito.
That's good.
I think for me, Ollie, I'd go with Keanu Reeves.
Oh, fabulous.
I would like Kevin Costner, but I'd end up with Adam Sandler or Jim Carrey.
But they're all good. I would like Kathy Bates. Definitely. My favourite actress.
Yeah, she's quality. She's up there for me as well. Have you seen that new Matlock? She's really good in that.
I've
No,
seen
I
that
haven't.
advertised,
just
that one,
finished
Ollie,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, I just finished the last episode. She's really good in it. It starts off quite slow, but yeah, she just, I think she won a few TV awards for it, but yeah, she shows that she's really got it still. When I don't think she's giving up anytime soon, which is good.
Oh, I need to check that out. I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, it's just finished. Well, I think the last episode's on tomorrow on Sky. I think there's like 18 episodes, but yeah, it's really good.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. Ellery's here. Hello, Ellery.
Hello, buddy.
Hillary.
James said an all-star lineup tonight. Yeah, definitely. Roy's briefly here. I don't know how long he stayed. Evening, chaps. Have a good one. Thanks for joining quickly, Roy.
Hi, Roy.
What's your favourite Hitchcock film and why? That's easy for me. I'm going to go North by Northwest. First Hitchcock film I watched, and I think it was the good choice for a first watch of a Hitchcock film because it just blew me away. And everything I've seen from Hitchcock since then has just been brilliant as well. So, but yeah, that's my favourite, I would say.
I think I've only seen two, to be honest with you.
Have I?
But I've got a whole Hitchcock setup that I could be watching. But I like the birds. I do. I like the birds.
Bet the other one's Psycho.
The other one I've seen is Psycho, but
Yep.
I prefer Psycho
Same for
2.
me. Yeah, I've only seen two, the same two.
Yeah, but I say the second Psycho I felt was better than the first one.
Yeah.
I know it's a controversial opinion, but I really like the second one.
I agree with you, James.
I don't think Hitchcock done the second one, did he? Molly will know.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, I think.
Was it?
Sorry, Ollie.
Anthony Perkins he actually directed the third one himself, I think.
Yeah, that's it. And it was someone called, I think, Richard Franklin, or someone who did was it the second Psycho, who directed the film Patrick and Rudd Games, I think it was. But Psycho 2 is absolutely fantastic. Ollie, have you seen that?
No, I only watched the first one about a year ago.
I think the second one's better.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of
the
people say
second
that.
one.
I've got the lovely 4K set of they did 3, didn't they? And I've got the first 2. So I went through all of the ones in the first set because obviously they're his biggest ones. And then I went to the second set and I watched Family Plot, which I was very disappointed in. It was his last film and I was just really disappointed in it. So I actually haven't gone back to that set since. I like the ones with Jimmy Stewart in, and I don't think he's in any of the ones in the second set. So
Rear Window is the one with Jimmy Stewart. That's in that set. And I haven't watched Rear Window, but apparently one of the movies that I actually really like with Shia LaBeouf is Disturbia. Is
Disturbia.
based on that.
Yeah,
I like that. That's good.
yeah. What about you, Andy and Sam? What's your favourite Hitchcock?
You go first, Andy.
Yeah, mine's Strangers on a Train. Yeah, I just absolutely love that film. I've got a lot of sentimental value to it as well because it was my best friend who passed away. He introduced me to that film, and we sat down and watched it together. But yeah, it's just a really good, clever movie about two people who meet on a train, and they both have someone in their lives that they want dead, so they decide to kill. They pretty much say to each other, "I'll kill the person you want dead, and you kill the person I want dead." So there's no motive. One of them does it, one of them doesn't, and it just chaos. There's just a chaos thing involved in it. It's such a well shot movie. Yeah, I just think it's fantastic. It doesn't really get talked about much.
Yeah, does sound good, that one. I did read that Fincher was trying to remake it with Ben Affleck a few years back now.
Yeah,
Could be interesting as a remake.
There is a very, very loose remake from the 80s with Billy Crystal and Danny DeVito called Throw Mama from a Train.
Oh, yeah, I know that one, yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen that one.
What about you, Sam?
Yeah, there's a lot of Alfred Hitchcock films that I've actually not seen. Like, I think he's an absolutely fantastic director. But the ones I have seen, I think is absolutely brilliant. My favourite, though, Ollie, would have to be exactly that. I think it would have to be Rear Window, because I've just not seen like, like I haven't seen like loads and loads of films that just takes place pretty much in like one like bedroom, like one room throughout the film. Like looking at like obviously all these these houses and that, and it's just really good. Like to do all of that pretty much in like one location as well is absolutely brilliant, and just the writing and stuff, and it's really good. Jimmy Stewart is fantastic as ever, as is Grace Kelly in that film, and yeah, like that build up and that setup in like the final half an hour as well is just really good, quite suspenseful. Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic, and I've heard it's meant to be one of the most breathtaking 4Ks as well, like as well as like
It's
Vertigo.
good. Yeah,
I think you were saying that one, you Andy, about that.
Yeah. Oh, it's stunning.
Yeah.
All the 4Ks in that first set are they look really good.
That's good.
We have Muckman Movies. Hello.
Oh, bud.
Giz is here. Hello, Giz.
Hello.
I guess.
James said, "Is everyone hyped for Lilo and Stitch?"
No.
Yeah, I don't really know. I might go and see it. If I've got nothing else to do on Monday, I might do a double bill of that and the Phoenician Scheme. But
Enthusiastic there, Ollie.
yeah, I don't know. It's a kids' film, isn't it?
I know, it's not for us.
It's not for
Not for
people.
me,
It's
anyway.
not for us. No, it's not. And the stuff that I've seen from it, it looks harmless enough and sweet enough, but I think it's one of those films that is really just for kids. That is the only. It's not like one that everybody can go and watch and love. I don't know. I could be wrong. It could come out and be like the biggest film of the year, top Minecraft and everything. But yeah, not really doing anything for me at the moment. What about you guys?
Yeah, I've got no interest in seeing it, Ollie. And to be honest, I don't even think I've seen like the original one, which is a bit of a shock. But yeah, I think a lot of those Disney live action remakes, mate, I just think they've got like bit similar to Marvel recently. They've kind of become a bit more inconsistent as each film goes out. They'll have a decent, good one and a really shit one, like every now and then. But that one, yeah, doesn't really appeal to me, unfortunately.
Yeah. What about you other guys?
Same, exactly the same as what Sam said. I don't think I've seen the original in full. I've seen clips and it's just never really, it hasn't appealed to me, so I've no interest in the live remake.
Yeah. Andy and James agree?
Yeah, no interest.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will watch it eventually, but it's not like a
Yeah.
that type of movie.
It's the same as Snow White. I know
Yeah.
I'm going to watch it out of interest at some point, but it's not one that I'm paying money to watch. I'll wait until it's on Disney Plus and then watch it,
Yeah.
because if it is really terrible, I'm not wasting my money on it.
Just, I'm not a massive fan of the animated one. I just thought it was an
Yeah.
alright movie. It was just
Yeah.
okay. But yeah, I'll check it out at some point.
Yeah. Thoughts on Quadrophenia? Never seen it, so can't comment. What about you guys?
Absolutely
Me
love
neither.
it, Ollie. It's one of my favourite British films ever. Seen it countless times. Love the soundtrack from The Who. Absolutely great. I'd love to see that get a 4K someday.
Nice. Any thoughts? Anyone else?
Haven't seen it
Not seen
either.
it, I'm afraid.
I
No.
just thought it was okay, if
Yeah.
I'm honest. Yeah.
Fair enough.
That's
I
fair,
need to give
man.
it a rewatch.
Fair enough. Romantic comedy watch, Tin Cup, fantastic. Yes, I know Ellery recently got Roy onto Tin Cup. I've seen it once. I think I got the DVD somewhere, but it's all right film. Yeah, it's not one of my favorite Kevin Costner films, which is surprising because I am a sucker for a rom-com, but it's not that memorable. But I remember enjoying it when I watched it and thinking it was all right, but I couldn't tell you, other than it being about golf and like a love story, I couldn't tell you much more about it, to be honest.
I didn't like the end.
Yeah.
No, it was good,
Oh,
but I didn't like the
I know
end.
you. I know you would have seen it.
Yeah.
What about you, Andy? You've seen it?
Yeah, I just remember Don Johnson being in it and him being a bit of an
Yeah.
arsehole.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
That's his role, yep.
Yeah.
He plays a good one, to be fair.
Yeah. But I haven't seen it in ages, so it's another one I need to give a rewatch. So
Yeah. Sam and Lisa.
I've not seen it, Ollie, but weirdly enough, today I did see it on like VHS today, like in the Far Place charity shop in North Shields. So if it's still there, whenever I'm next there, I might have to pick that one up. I've heard it's not too bad though. There's again a lot of Kevin Costner films I haven't seen either. So yeah, kind of need to get myself a bit more clued up on his filmography as well.
Yeah. I take it, Lisa, not for you.
I've seen it, but like Andy, it was a long time ago, and I think I remember it being okay, but it's
Yeah.
been so long, I don't remember much about it.
Yeah. Can you think of a film that gave you hope from the trailer? It was going to be good, then turned out to be a flop. Any big blockbuster film from the last 15 years that looked good and then wasn't good. That could literally be any of the big. Like, there's so many. Like Independence Day 2, the trailers looked good. It was shit.
For me, it's
It was,
Suicide
Anything like
Squad
that.
from 2016.
Yeah.
I said it was Ollie, but see if I watch Independence Day, I still put on the second one after it.
I think there's
I know
just
it's a bit.
yeah.
I know, but I still put the second one on after it because there is still some good bits in it. With Jeff Goldblum, he's not too bad. The dad, he's not too bad, but the president being suddenly disabled and almost can't walk, and then suddenly being able to fly a plane just instantly at the end to save the world. That was a bit. But I still put. I've actually got the second one on 4K because I thought if I'm going to have it on Blu-ray, I was may as well watch it in 4K. You're
Yeah.
right. It isn't the greatest. With Will Smith not being in that they needed him back, didn't they? Really?
I would also go for the opposite answer. The reason why Will Smith didn't come back, Suicide Squad. That's another one. That
Oh yeah,
looks
that's
like
what I
it
mean.
could be good. They released loads of
He should have
stuff.
been.
It looked like it'd be good, and then it was absolutely diabolical.
He should have done Independence Day too and fixed that one.
You might have had one quality film then, yeah. Who
Did they
knows?
not turn down? Did they not turn down the Matrix as well for Wild Wild West?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
did. Yeah.
that's
Indeed.
correct. Yeah. I don't know what was going on
That's
in
a
his
great
head.
decision. Yeah.
Yeah. Any of you other guys got any thoughts on that one?
Mine was Suicide Squad, definitely.
Yeah.
I thought it looked amazing, and I just couldn't get on with it at all. Didn't like it.
Yeah.
I've not seen it
Andy?
all the way through.
I think mine would probably be Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
That trailer was really good, but then the last scene in the movie is in the trailer because you think
Yeah.
it's gonna build up to this amazing fight scene, but it just ends.
Mm.
It was really
It's
disappointing.
so long since I've seen that. I can't remember, but I remember it not being good.
Yeah, it's not the best.
Yeah. Sam?
The big one for me, Ollie's got to be The Rise of Shite Walker. I remember being really looking forward to that, and I was so disappointed. And I was like, oh, it was coming up to Christmas. I was hoping this movie was going to be good, man. And I was just like, what the fuck was that all about? It was just, it was a bit of a dog's dinner of a movie, that. But I wouldn't say this movie was absolutely pants or terrible, but I would say really looking forward to it from the trailer, and I was very deflated with the movie. Definitely was Asteroid City a couple of years ago, and French Dispatch as well. And like Wes Anderson being my favorite director, I was like, yes, let's go. But just both the movies, it just bang average for me, in my opinion. So I think what I was saying to you, Ollie, was I think this might be good now that I haven't seen a single trailer for Wes's new film, because maybe going into kind of with mid expectations, maybe that could surprise me. But who knows? Even if I saw the trailer, I might end up liking it still. But I think it's good that I've kind of not seen a trailer for that one, going into it completely blind, sort of thing.
Yeah. I'm hoping you like it, Sam. It's not getting the best reviews.
Is it
'Cause
not?
it just had its premiere at Cannes yesterday. And I think it's similar sort of reviews to Asteroid City and the French Dispatch. But I think I love Wes Anderson and his style so much.
Same,
I
yeah.
did still really enjoy the French Dispatch and Asteroid City,
That's good, mate. Yeah.
even though they're not like Grand Budapest Hotel level of quality. Just because his style is so unique and it's so fresh, and you don't see it very often because of how unique it is. Anytime he does a new film, I still enjoy it regardless.
I need to go back to them movies as well, though, to be fair, Ollie. I'm hoping my opinion will change on Asteroid
Yeah.
City when I go back to it on second viewing. But yeah, French Dispatch, I've tried twice now, mate, and it just hasn't done much for me, unfortunately. So yeah, I'll have to see with that one. I think I'll be willing to give it one more viewing, that one, definitely.
Yeah, I got the big because they did like a chunky box kind of Blu-ray when Asteroid City come out.
Okay.
And it was the same price as the standard Blu-ray. And I did a video on my channel. It's one of the best Blu-ray releases I've seen, like quality-wise. It's a nice hard box. You got postcards, you got booklet. And for like the price of a standard Blu-ray, that's what they should be doing to get people to buy the films. Do releases like that.
Absolutely.
And you'll get people buying your film more. I mean, that's all studios need to do if they want the films to make more money at home, because I pre-ordered it straight away and got it, and I was just really impressed with the quality of the packaging and everything that came with it for the price that I paid, because I'm not generally one for packaging, especially because they usually like charge you like 30-40 quid for like a fancy box with booklet in, and it sings to you and all that crap. And I just generally I just want the film. I don't want all of that extra stuff. I just want the film to watch the film, and that is it. So, but to see something like that, and I thought they're doing something good here, because you can get it at the same price, and it is genuinely nice. I think the studios are missing a trick on that one.
It was like what they did with what was it, Ollie? The Blu-ray
Licorice
of
Pizza.
Yeah,
That was
exactly.
it.
Licorice
Yeah, that
Pizza.
was good as well. That
I would
nice
have
book.
loved to seen more releases like that as well, because I don't think they've done, like a similar thing for a film like since then, haven't they? Which is like with
Yeah,
a few art cards and that, because I would love it if they could do more of that, and at least that's better than just a bog standard case. Like obviously, sadly, we don't have the premium editions anymore. I mean, the one archive, I'm glad they finally have the sale now, but I think at least you've got something for the same price as a brand new sort of like premium at the time, or one archive, and then at least you're getting at least some art cards and stuff.
yeah, definitely.
I have to
Uh,
say, for my favourite films though, I do like the box sets. If it's a favourite film of mine, like I've got the Arrow of 4K
Yeah,
Waterworld and Robin Hood, and if it's a favourite film, then I do like that. But what I didn't like is when they only release the collector's edition and they don't release the standard. Give people a choice, release both. If you just want the
yeah,
standard one, then take it. But a couple of the like Demolition Man, I'm happy to get that in the collector's edition. So maybe it's the Arrow ones I quite like. But you're right. I traded Asteroid City, Ollie. I got it in the charity shop, traded it. I literally watched 10 minutes of it, and then I traded it.
he's not. I think his directing style isn't for everyone. It's just very. I think the word I'd use is in your face. It's very in your face. It's very bright, colourful. Whimsical is another word I'd use. It's very whimsical.
that's good.
It's very fast paced. It's backwards, forwards. A lot of it's all over the place. But yeah, I think that's probably why. And Asteroid City was one of those. I don't know whether the struggle with Asteroid City and the French Dispatch they were both COVID films. Especially Asteroid City. Obviously, that would have been written during COVID, filmed during COVID. So I don't know whether it was just he wanted to get another film out and he rushed it. And that is what I know Bill Murray had a role in the film that got cut, which you can only see on the special features now, the deleted scenes. But and I think another thing that sometimes doesn't help his film, sometimes it is good, sometimes it's bad. I think he overfills with too many big names. I think Asteroid City fell in that category. There was just too many characters and big
Yeah.
stars in that film, and I think that's what I'm worried about with the Phoenician scheme as well, because it's the same sort of thing. It's most of the people that were in Asteroid City, and the trailers. I honestly, I've watched the trailer and I have no idea what the film is about, which could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing, because you don't know what you're going to get that way. But yeah, I think that's just Wes Anderson for you. What's your favorite robot film? I'm going to go easy because I can't really think. I'm just going to say Robots, because I remember loving that growing up, and just, yeah, being a quality animated film. Give you guys time to think if you need to think.
I've got an
Yeah,
answer. I was going to say Terminator 2, but he's not a robot, is he? Because he's a cyborg. So
yeah.
I'll go for iRobot. I'll go for iRobot.
I was
We were
thinking
just
that because
talking
we were
about.
talking about that, but I didn't want to just go for the obvious. And I'm sure if I thought long enough that I'd think of a better film, so I just thought, because he's put robot, I just thought I'd go easy and just add an S to it and say Robots. Feeling
Fair
a bit
enough.
lazy. Yeah, I can't think
I've
of any
three.
others.
I've three.
Yeah.
Short Circuit,
Okay.
Oh,
Bicentennial Man, and
Oh, why
the
didn't I say
animation,
Bicentennial
the
Man?
Iron Giant.
Yeah,
They've
I
been
was
my
thinking
three
the Iron
favorite.
Giant, but I think I'd have to
Lisa,
change my answer to Bicentennial Man, because that
It's brilliant,
film,
that's a
isn't
good.
oh,
You can't,
that
that's
ending
not
as
got
well.
Blu-ray, has it?
No, I think it's got Spanish Blu-ray. I've only got the DVD, but I think it is available
Yeah.
in Spain. But that ending, if that doesn't make you cry, then Jesus
it?
Christ, Robin Williams. How
Yeah.
do people not look at that like him in that film and like think this is one of his best performances? He really
I
showed.
like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Doesn't
know.
get
You
the
It's one of
credit.
probably. it's probably because nobody's seen it because it doesn't get
Yeah,
released on Blu-ray.
yeah.
That's probably. I was going to say to Lisa about Short Circuit. I prefer the second one. Have you
Second
seen
one's
it?
good.
I know when he gets attacked and he has to get radio controlled planes to help him. See, when I watch that, I still get goosebumps when I see that, thinking he's
Mhm.
going to get killed. Go and save yourself. Every single time. I've got the. I'm like, I think that was like that's a really good answer. Short circuit, but it's when he's repairing himself, and then they've got Bonnie Tyler with a hero to the end of the night when he's trying to catch the villain at the end. Can't beat that. Have you got? I've got the second sight for Blu-ray of that. That's a great one.
What about you, Andy and Sam? What would you say?
You go first if you want, Andy.
If it counts, I'm gonna have to go for an obvious one and say RoboCop.
I guess
Ooh,
Yeah.
it's a good
is
one.
there a- well, the Ed 209's definitely a robot.
Yeah.
Give that man a hand.
Sam?
It's such a mean-spirited movie, but I just love it.
I know.
Yeah. It's really good. I think, like Andy, Ollie, Robocop's definitely up there, and I've got a massive soft spot for robots because I remember going to the cinema to see that when I was young, and yeah, absolutely love it. And Short Circuit 1 and 2, I would love to revisit them because it's been absolute years since I've last seen both of them movies, and Bicentennial Man's a great movie. I love that, and I did really enjoy Finch as well with Tom Hanks that
Oh,
came
yeah,
out
Yeah,
a few
that was
I
years
love
ago.
fun,
Oh
that.
yeah, that's a
Really
good one.
enjoyed that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what makes robots even better? Robin
What's that,
Williams.
Ollie?
Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
Oh,
That I
Ollie,
think
I think
his
I've only seen it
voice in that.
once, but it was ages ago.
His. I mean, it's just his voice in that. It's just still. Anytime you hear Robin Williams' voice, to me, it just fills me with pure joy because he just had that light about him, like always happy, and like obviously knowing now he's obviously struggling for a long time, but still putting on a happy face and entertaining all of us. It's just what a man he was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bicentennial Man. Why is that not got? Well, you're right. Why is that not got
It's
a
weird,
Blu-ray?
isn't it?
That's
I'd love to see that
really.
get a Blu-ray
Sony,
release.
because it's
I've
it's not
watched
like
that
it's a
loads of
small film
times.
that just came and went. It's a big film at the time, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. And I think I've watched it recently. I don't know how I watched it recently, but I have.
I watched it on Prime the first time I watched it, so maybe that's where you watched it. I got the
Maybe
DVD
I
now,
was probably. I'm gonna just check if I've got if I've got the DVD in my list, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rip it if I have to my hard drive for Plex. That's how I watch my DVD movies is copy them and put them on my hard drive, and then watch them on Plex on my TV.
yeah.
Let's see. Let me see if I've definitely got Bicentennial Man. I won't have not got it. Have I not? No, yes, I've got the DVD. Yep,
Yeah.
I do.
Recently watched Speak No Evil. Wow, was presently impressed. What did you think? Are you talking about the original or the James McAvoy remake? I've not seen either, but I've heard they
Yeah.
both got
Hmm.
different endings and they're both pretty good. I've heard the original's still better, but I've heard good things about both of them. Have you
I've
guys
not
seen?
I've not seen either, Ollie.
No,
They're
Lisa.
both
Me neither,
excellent.
but I'm
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if I picked it up in that charity shop.
I think you did. I
Oh,
think I did see you pick that one up. Yeah, because it came out
yeah,
around the time of when you got all of them.
yeah, and I'm sure I've seen that. I'm sure it's on my shelf somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scott says, didn't think we needed another Final Destination as Original Five's great ending, but 14 years break made Bloodlines one of favourite films this year. Great fun. Good to hear that you liked it, Scott.
Sometimes you need a break.
Yeah,
You know,
I
like
agree.
like the superhero movies. I'm having a break from them now, but
Yeah,
doesn't mean in 5 years I'll not go back and say, "What was I missing?" Yeah.
yeah.
It doesn't.
Look at Go
It
on,
doesn't
Andy.
ruin that ending for 5 either. This new one,
Yeah,
it's still that still keeps intact and keeps its own thing because this new one brings something new
Mm.
to the table and still ties it together and still keeps a good story. And yeah, I just think it's pretty good.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've only
James
seen the
said,
first one and the one with race cars. As you say, I can't remember. We talked about that last time. I think
I
that's
think you
four,
said
isn't
that's
it?
the
You said,
fourth one. Yeah.
yeah.
James says, my worst fear is a never-ending story remake. I think the fears in general is any films from that period of time just getting remade for no reason. I mean, we're getting a Highlander remake. Is that really necessary? Like,
Well,
that's
you
the
know,
type
For
of
me to
film.
look
It's a
at
film
Henry
of its
Cavill,
time.
yep.
It's a
well,
film.
for
I
that,
think
the
it's a film of its time. I think we talked about it on my last stream. It's one of those films that you
it
could get
didn't do
all the
well.
but you could get all the talent involved. Like you've got Henry Cavill, Chad Stahelski, good talent, but can they make a good film out of it? Because that film was very 80s. It's a very 80s film.
I,
Could you
I'd
get
get
all
Gerard Butler to
replicas?
play Sean Connery's role. That's who I'd get.
Oh, that'd be
Gerard
cool.
Butler to
Yeah,
play Sean Connery's role because that's sort of another Scottish guy. Or no, yeah, but you know what? Remakes didn't bother me as much. I know what you're saying, but at the end of the day, you can always just dismiss them. You can just go, I don't,
Mm.
that's the only thing I would say is that there has been some good remakes. Well, I thought the Amityville remake with Ryan Reynolds was pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
I also liked the remake Assault on Precinct 13 with Ethan Hawke. I thought that was better than the original.
Yeah.
Taking a Pelham 123 with John Travolta. I thought that was better than the original. And what's the other one I was just about to say? I like the remake of Dawn of the Dead in the mall better than the original.
Oh wow.
I do like the Dawn of the Dead original, but I never seen that first. I
Yeah.
seen the one with the one
Yeah.
yeah, I'm the same.
in the
Zack
mall
Snyder one.
first.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I seen that one
I've only
first.
seen that. I've only seen the Zack Snyder one. I've got, thanks to Tim, I've got the original now, but I've not seen it yet. But my fear is
Mm.
because I've seen the remake first, and I really, really like the remake, that I'm not going to enjoy the first one as much, which I'm a
It
bit
was okay.
disappointed with. Because I know I like the original, but because I've got something to go against, and it's the wrong one to have watched first. I think I'm not going to judge it fairly. So yeah,
Ollie, so what I'm saying is, in 5 and 10 years, if people see a remake, they might see the remake of Highlander that's going to be made first and think that's better than the original. So that's why I'm
yeah,
like, I'm not really fussed about
Yeah.
remakes because if you didn't like them, then just didn't like them. But
yeah,
I'm like, there are some ones I think are better. Not many, to be fair, but
I think
yeah.
the prime example for me, Ollie, and I do really like the original of this, but probably for me, it has to be John Carpenter's The Thing.
I
That's
knew you were going to say
probably
that.
the
Yeah,
pinnacle of remakes for me, that man.
I've not even touched the original because I regard the John Carpenter film as just one of my favorite sci-fi horror, body horror, creature feature films ever. I've just never even thought of going to watch I've got nothing. I'm
Yeah.
not opposed to watching it.
Mhm.
It's just because I love that film so much. Again, I
I-
fear that I would judge it unfairly, and I'm judging it against a film I love so much.
I'd say
one
probably
more.
Ollie when.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry, James.
That's okay. I was just going to say one more that I seen first was Flight of the Phoenix with Dennis Quaid, and I do like
I've
the
seen
original,
that.
but I also like the remake.
Yeah,
Yeah, I need to check that out. I will say, Ollie, when you watch, whenever you get round to watching The Thing from Another World, yeah, I would say probably Yeah, do what I probably did. Just treat it as a like probably separate thing and stuff. And like obviously, I will just say off the bat, Ollie, it's got absolutely nothing on the remake from John Carpenter. But as a separate thing, though, I think it's good. I like
Yeah.
it. And obviously, if it wasn't for that movie, we wouldn't have had John Carpenter's The Thing, which is easily for me one of the greatest films I've ever watched. That and The Fog as well, to be fair, because
Yeah.
I love that
Definitely.
film so much.
Yeah. James says he's never seen 28 Days Later.
I
only
haven't
watched it.
either.
Yeah, I only watched it for the first time last year. I think it was when they announced the new one. I thought I better watch them because I do like a good zombie film, and I like the original. I wasn't big on 28 Weeks Later.
No.
I just think that was just too much, too Americanized. So that's why I'm hoping that this new one brings it back to. I'm pretty sure it will bring it back to its roots because I mean you got Danny Boyle back. Fingers crossed, yeah. But yeah, the first one's just absolutely just a great British film as well.
Ollie,
Yeah,
what the you know when there's like end of the world films. Okay,
yeah.
I don't know what it is, but I like the scenes where they're always raiding the supermarkets. I don't know why, and I thought that was a great one when they're raiding the supermarkets in 28 Days Later. I thought it was a good one when they're raiding the supermarkets in Bird Box as well, but I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I'm thinking maybe if it was HMV, I could.
I
It's
tell
a
you a
zombie
good one.
apocalypse. I could go and raid all the movies.
I tell you a good one of raiding World War Z. That's got a great supermarket raid scene when, especially when he's going to the pharmacy. Oh, that's just great. That whole film's great. I just love what
Yeah,
probably one of my favorite zombie films.
to get the inhaler, and the
Yeah.
guy comes in with a gun and gives him it,
Oh,
and
it's
then
awesome. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, that's and the fast zombies. Yeah,
Mm.
I like World War. You have to say I tell you what, like, but I'm saying all the ones where they're gathering supplies. I don't know why I seem to like them. I seem to like those scenes.
Man movie says I loved Bones and All. Yeah, I know, Lisa, you've said here that you thought it was fab. It's just it didn't
I
appeal
loved
to
it.
me. It's just it's one of those films that like I think not just because of the subject matter for me. I'm not huge on Luca Guadagnino, or however you say his name. None of his films have really ever appealed to me. The only film that I've seen, which admittedly I did love, was Challengers, but I think that's because that's a bit more mainstream, not out there. Whereas I think like Call Me by Your Name, Bones and All, well, I don't know what else he did, but like they're quite out there. Like he did the remake of Suspiria as well, didn't he? I think they're quite because they're quite out there, and you've got to be really into that sort of thing and really invested. I think it's quite hard, but it's
Yeah,
yeah.
he did one as well, Ollie, that isn't quite as left field. I think it came out 2015 time, I think it was, a film called A Bigger Splash,
Oh, I've heard
starring
of that one.
Ray
Yeah,
Fiennes and Tilda Swinton. That's probably worth a watch, I would say. Dakota Johnson, I think's in that as
yeah,
well.
yeah,
Yeah, I like
yeah.
that one.
I think with any film, every film has its audience,
Yeah,
and
I
every
get that.
film will work for a group of people, which is really good. And it's the beauty of films that every film, regardless of some films are made specifically for certain audiences, going into it knowing that it's not going to be appealing for everyone, and then you get some films that are made to try and appeal to the masses, to everyone, which I think is good because it shows there's a balance and that we are still getting original films and films that people genuinely want to see. So I think it's a good thing, even if not every film is for everyone.
Yeah.
James said, "Have you seen Eden Lake? That film's grim." And I know, Lisa, you said it's fantastic but a tough watch.
You're not
I'm
wrong,
obviously.
Lisa.
I really like it because I'll not say what happens, but I think the ending is really shocking for me. So,
Oh, it is.
although it's really hard to
No,
watch, I've only seen it twice. I don't think I'd sit through it again because it's quite gnarly, but I liked it. I thought it was a really good film.
I like it because I watched Yellowstone first, and then there's obviously Beth from Yellowstone, and she plays a
Yeah.
completely different character, and Jack O'Connell playing the bad guy. That's quite a thing as well. But,
Mm.
yeah, the ending was shocking, shall we say?
Yeah.
It was brave. I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's always hard when the bad guys win. Eh,
Mm.
Yeah. That movie feels like that could just happen on a bank holiday weekend to
That's
anyone.
what's scary. Yeah,
you
that's
say
That's
the wrong, you
scary.
say
scary
the
as
Most
wrong
movies
thing
I
fuck.
to the
love.
wrong Ned.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it just feels like
Yeah.
it could. It feels like it could and has happened before many a
Yeah.
time. But yeah, it's such a bleak film.
I watched it, Ollie, for the first time back in January. I avoided it for a long while, but then I saw the Blu-ray for like 50 pence, and I watched it. I thought the film was excellent. You know, I love British movies, and you know that
Yeah.
was like one of the most like meant to be one of the best recent of British movies. I watched it; it's really good. But oh my god, Ollie, yeah, the guys who recommended it to me before were not wrong. It's just so bleak. It's like nightmare fuel with what
Yeah.
goes on in that movie, and Jack O'Connell plays an absolute bastard in that movie with what he gets up to, and he does it all too well. Like Jack O'Connell is in that role. It is a great movie, man, but it is stomach churning stuff. It's certainly a movie I wouldn't watch with my family or wouldn't want to watch on like Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. I'll put it that way.
Oh, yeah.
It makes his character in Sinners look like an absolute sweetheart.
This is it. Andy,
Like
yeah, I
that.
agree with that.
I'm sure it's one that Tim gave me. Sure, hang
I
on.
put in a red. I put in a red case.
Apt.
Yeah.
I think I might have put another one in with it as well. I can't remember what one I put in.
When
Yeah,
did you last?
Tim gave me the
Yeah.
DVD,
Ah.
so I've not seen it yet.
When did you last watch
Brace
it,
yourself.
Lisa?
Say again?
When
When
did you
did I
last
last
watch
watch
it? Eden Lake, yeah.
Has to be a good maybe 3 years ago. I've only seen it twice, and when it came out, and then I watched it again. It's a difficult one to watch because, like Andy said, it's
Yeah.
so realistic. It's something that you can imagine has happened, and it's just difficult watching what they're put through in it. So it's certainly not an enjoyable watch, but you can appreciate, how well made it is, how well acted it is,
Yeah.
and the effects and all that stuff. But I don't know that I'll be revisiting it, but I do think it's a brilliant movie.
Yeah, it's
Yep,
really
red
good,
case.
but that ending is how it. Oh yeah, I've just seen James's copy there. Red case.
I'm just saying I like putting a red case. I thought it was worthy of a red case. Shall we
Yeah.
say? Red cases are hard to find, so I do like to put movies in them that I think should be in
Yeah.
a red case. I've got Keith Sutherland and Mirrors as well. I like that movie.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that film.
James has said, "Who remembers Mac and Me?" I know of
I
it,
do.
but I've never seen it. I know it's Paul
Oh.
Rudd, and anytime he
You
goes
know,
on to promote a new film and says that he's got a new trailer, he pranks them and just plays a clip from Mac and Me. So
That's
that's
I
all I
didn't.
know.
You know, I didn't know when I was a kid that it was a big just advert for Coke.
Yeah, it's a big
That's
advert for McDonald's and Coke. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yes, but I didn't think of it. I thought it was quite a sweet movie at the time. I didn't when I was a kid. I didn't even I didn't even connect that that's what the case was. It's quite. When you watch it now, and if you watch it now and you think, now I see it, it sort of ruined it for me. Somebody telling me that, and it's a bit like the Matrix. Has anyone? Somebody's told me lately that the Matrix, Keanu Reeves is meant to be Jesus.
No.
Well, he the guy goes to his door where he's selling those hacked discs at the start and goes, "You're my own personal Jesus Christ." then he's the one, and then he does get resurrected.
Yeah.
So it sort of made me think maybe they are talking, maybe that is what it was meant to be, but I don't know.
James said, "Can you name every film, TV series Shawmeen has died in?" Almost just go through his filmography and just say most of
All of them.
Yeah,
I can
there's very. The better question is, can you name every film and TV series he hasn't died in? That would be a
Sharp.
better question because there's
He
not a
doesn't
lot
die
there.
in Sharp.
Yeah, he
Um,
doesn't. He doesn't die in Time, the TV series. I know that.
there's
Flight Plan as well, Ollie.
Flight
He doesn't
Plan.
die in that, doesn't
Yeah, he
he?
doesn't die in Flight Plan. Yeah,
When Saturday Comes as well, that football film.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Lots of-
Well, it'd be hard to die in that one, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Just on the pitch taking a penalty. Bang.
His funniest death is The Field. I think it's called The Field.
Oh, when he gets trampled by cows.
He gets trampled by the cow. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've never seen that.
Yeah.
Does he die in Age of Heroes? I think he does.
probably.
Can't remember. Yeah.
Yeah, there's not many that I can think of that he hasn't died in, to be honest. Which isn't a good thing, I suppose.
National Treasure gets arrested. He doesn't die.
Oh yeah, he gets arrested at the end. Yeah, he doesn't die.
He dies in GoldenEye, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Oh, he
Golden.
definitely dies in Gold. He should have died twice, technically, in GoldenEye, because a fall from that height would kill you instantly. Not to mention then getting a massive antenna thrown on top of you. But that's
Sometimes,
just James Bond for you.
it seems hilarious now, but it was a great movie. It was a great movie,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was Pierce Brosnan's first one. I thought, at the time you're thinking this is this, but you're right. Getting killed by it, I know you just can't help but laugh now.
Yeah. I'm
Thinking what
rewatching
else
Game
has been in?
of Thrones. Just finished season 1, and Sean Bean got his head lobbed off about half hour ago. Oh right.
I
Yeah.
thought it was a shame. I thought that was a shame because when I watched the first series of that, I was thinking he's playing a really good character here, and then as you say, at the end of series 1, he just gets killed.
Anissa said, "Poor old Shawnee." World of Books is a great place to find cheap Blu-rays. When you buy 3, you save 30%. Yeah, I've bought from them a few times before. I
I have
generally
too,
just go
but
cheap, whatever's the cheapest version available. A
I
lot of
thought-
the times, this Music Magpie, because they're usually a few pennies cheaper than World of Books. But yeah, I've bought from them before.
I think I've got some really poor ones from them though. Or is it We Buy Books? I've got some really poor copies from. That's the only thing we order online off eBay. Most of them are okay. But Music Magpies put me off with that, sending me that Region A and No Way Out, and then give me hassle. Because I went to put in my player. I don't know if you know this, but I went to put in my player. I put it in my player, and I realised it was Region A. So I actually packaged it up and sent it back. But I forgot to put the disc in the box.
Oh no.
Because I was like, I was testing it. I was like, it's not working. But I think I was panicking at lunch one time, and I thought I'll just post this up and return it. And then I got a whole thing like saying I was trying to scam them by not putting it in the thing. And it was a genuine mistake. I was like, oh, because I went to watch another film, and I opened the player. I was like, oh no, it's actually still in there. But they started saying, you're returning too many stuff on eBay. I'm like, I've not returned anything apart from this. And I didn't even return it. But I eventually got my money back. But that's my other Music Magpie adventure.
So I said, doesn't Sean Bean hold the record of most on-screen deaths? Yeah, I would say that's probably a good guess. Does he have something where he reads a script and he's like, if I don't die in this, I don't want to be involved in it, or something like?
Well, it's a quick paycheck if he dies, isn't it?
Yeah, and I suppose it's better to have a really out there death and good death, because then it's very memorable. Like in GoldenEye, his death in that is very memorable.
I'm asking Google how many movies does Sean Bean die in?
Oh, it's got to be a lot. got to be like 20 plus.
It'll give me an AI answer, hopefully.
Yeah.
24 separate films.
Jesus
God.
Christ.
It
Wow.
says 24 Salisbury characters have died on screen in 24 separate films and TV shows.
Bloody hell. That's
It,
commitment.
it gives you a list. It gives you a list of them. Don't say a word. He dies in.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Michael Douglas.
Equilibrium.
Yeah,
Oh,
right
yeah.
at the beginning of that film.
The Island. Does he die in the Island as well? He
Yeah,
does.
he gets impaled. Yeah, he gets him at the
Yeah,
end. I've seen
game
that
it.
one recently.
Outlaw. He dies, and I've seen that. British gangster movie. Airborne. Red Riding. 1974. Never heard of that. Essex Boys. Cash. Oh, Patriot Games. He dies in Patriot Games, of
Yeah,
course.
on the boat. Yeah.
Yeah. Black Death. Henry VIII. Clarissa. Cavaliego. War Requiem. The Field. Lorna Doone. Scarlet. The Hitcher. He dies in that. That's the remake. I've seen that as well. That's some of them, but I don't know if there's a page. There must be a page 2.
It's got to be Lord of the Rings as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I that was on there, but I didn't mention it because we'd already said that. And and GoldenEye. Is it GoldenEye? Is it GoldenEye as 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 well? Yeah, crazy.
Roy says, James, if it makes you feel any better, I ordered a medium t-shirt from Savvy. When I tried it on, I don't think it would fit a 5-year-old.
You couldn't get on. You couldn't get on.
Oh, dear.
I ordered the 2XL, unfortunately, for me, because I'm out of shape. Is the polite word to say it.
James said, did anyone see March and Powder? Yeah, I think me and Sam, we've both seen it, haven't we?
Yeah, I
What was
really
that?
enjoyed that one. That was,
Yeah.
again, probably one of the surprises of the year, that Ollie. I actually would watch that again, and it's kind of make me want to go and watch few of the Danny Dyer films I haven't seen, like was the Severance, The
Have you
Business.
seen The Business? The Business is good, yeah.
I've heard that's really good, Ollie. And then there was that other one, was it Outlaw he was in as well? That was really good.
Yeah.
I've got straight heads here, but that's a pretty brutal one. We having Gillian Anderson as well.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Have any
brutal
of you
one.
other guys seen March and Powder yet?
Not yet.
No.
No. What is the earliest film you own on physical format? In what way? That could be interpreted.
Yeah.
Does it mean the oldest?
Yeah, I think he means
the first film or the oldest film you've got? Because I wouldn't have the faintest idea. It could be any. I'd have to go through all of them and look at the year that it was produced. Because DVDs were coming out early 2000s onwards, so it could be any of them. To be honest,
I think he means the oldest year, and that would probably be
earliest film. I see. So the oldest film that you own physically, right?
I think it'd be King Kong for me.
I think it'd be the original Nosferatu for me then, Ollie.
Yeah. What year is Nosferatu?
I think it's 1922. Yeah, 1922,
yeah,
James,
so,
I think.
Yeah, I've not got that. So I say the earliest one I've got from you will probably be the King Kong in the premium collection. That's 33 or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got that as well.
Mine's A Trip to the Moon, which is 1902.
Oh, beat us there.
Yeah, I'm not doing very well there. Mine's either Gone with the Wind or The Wizard of Oz, 39.
Well, that's still good.
That's still right. Yeah, that is good.
Yeah, not got anything older than that. I need to get more older stuff, but yeah. Oh no, wait.
Only if you like it, Ollie.
Dracula, the original Dracula. I've got that, and I've seen that. That's probably the oldest film I've got. Because that's what.
It's only
32. It's 32. I think that came out.
Big Dracula.
One, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Only get them if you like them. Because to be
Yeah.
honest with you, that kind of
Yeah.
stuff isn't my thing.
Yeah.
I know Roy and likes Buster Keaton, and a lot of people like that, but to be honest with you,
Oh,
I had a set, and I was like, "Will I watch it? Will I not?" And I just because I'm just not going to sit down and watch it. Maybe I should, but it's just never something I'm going to go and go. Let's put on The Matrix or put on some Buster Keaton or Independence Day or a zombie movie. I'm just not going to do it.
Mm.
yeah. Yeah. Roy likes his ooh la la French films, doesn't he? Some of
He
them I
does,
just
yes.
he goes on about some of them, and then like Stuart's like in the chat, he's like, what on earth are you talking about? Or like, I think some of them he watches is just so out there. He's the only one that's ever watched them.
Well, that's okay if you
So,
know if he likes them and things like that. That's fine
Yeah.
if that's what Roy wants to watch. But as to the
yeah,
French ones, aren't for me mostly either. But when I
yeah,
am out and about hunting for movies and looking about, if I do see some French DVDs, I always message him and say, "You after this, Roy?" And the answer is usually yes.
Mhm.
yeah.
I would
Um,
oh, sorry, Ollie.
go on, Sam.
I'm just going to quickly say though, Ollie, I would
What were you going to say?
recommend. Oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah. Can you hear me, Ollie?
always frozen up.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
You're frozen, Sam.
am I?
You're
Oh
not
yeah, it's
mine.
you that's frozen.
I'm frozen.
Yeah.
No, you were. You're not anymore. I don't think.
I'm okay.
Wave
Right.
your
You're
hands.
okay
Wave
now.
your hands so we can see. Yes, he's not frozen now. Yeah.
So you can hear me, Ollie.
I can hear you. Yeah,
Oh, excellent. Just going to quickly say, Ollie, I would recommend, what is it, Amelie. That's a really good
I've got that.
film.
Yeah, I've got
Yeah,
that. I've
really
just
good
not got
French
round to
film.
seeing it yet.
And Le Haine as well. I think that's a French film. That's
Yeah.
really good as well. Yeah. I'd like to
The
get into some
one,
more like French New Wave
yeah,
cinema at some point.
the one that I really like, which I remember watching in French class at school, I think it's called Les Choristes or the Chorus in English.
What's that one?
It's from about I
I've
think
heard that.
2004, about like a French like choir school.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
I'm sure it was remade into that one with Dustin Hoffman. I'm sure that's the same story. That was called Boy Choir. I'm sure it's the same sort of story. But yeah, that was a good film. I remember liking that French film. I can't really think of any other big French films I've seen, to be honest. Yeah.
Was it you recommended La True to me?
Do you know what, Lisa? I watched your video, a really good video, by the way. And I watched it, and I was thinking, I don't know if I've heard of that, unless I might have
It was you.
mentioned it. I was trying to think what that film was about. Because what's it called again, Lisa?
La True. It means the hole. I think it's like I think it's from the 60s. It's like a prison breakout movie.
Yeah.
It was you. I can't remember who it was then that recommended it. It was excellent. Really, really good.
Oh, that's good to hear. Yeah. Like I say, Lisa, I think I remember you saying it in the video, and I was like, yeah, I don't know. I can't remember if I mentioned it because I've not seen that one, but definitely we'll check that one out for sure. When did that one come out again, Lisa?
I don't know the exact year. It was in the 60s.
Okay.
It's Letrou, Latrue. And a lot of the cast in that are original inmates. They're not even actors.
All right.
There's,
Yeah.
there's quite a few like actors, but quite a few of the supporting cast are all original inmates that were in it,
Yeah.
basically, that lived it for real. So it's a really, really good film. Excellent.
Good stuff. Is that one out on Blu-ray as well, Lisa?
Yes, it is because I bought my dad a copy. I'm sure it is, or that might have been a DVD. I'm not. No, I think it was a DVD. I bought him because he collects
Okay.
DVDs. But
Yeah.
it's well worth a watch if you can get your hand on it. Though it's really,
I'll
really
definitely
good. I
check
think you
that
would
one
like
out.
it.
Cheers, Lisa. Thanks for the recommendation.
1960. Just looked it up.
Excellent.
James has said thoughts on Trap. Personally, I was expecting more. Didn't deliver a good ending. Now, has everyone here seen it? Because if you've not seen it, we won't discuss it
Yeah.
because it will spoil it
No.
otherwise.
And
Okay, we
and
won't
I have
discuss
actually
it.
I've actually got a subscriber called the Comic Room Guy, and he just told me he got the 4K from Amazon Germany, and it came bashed. So they're sending them a new one. So he's actually sending me the bashed one, which is really nice of him. So I'll get to watch it soon.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll skip that then because I don't want to.
I don't want to know.
Spoil
I
it.
don't want to know.
Yeah. We'll take a break from the comments now because there's still an awful lot of big questions. So I'll go to the topics that I've written down. The
Okay.
first topic is obviously Tom Cruise has the new Mission Impossible out on this is officially out on Wednesday, but they're doing early screenings today and tomorrow. So I thought we'd chat about our favourite Tom Cruise films, specific performances he's given in films. I know not everyone's a big Tom Cruise fan, but any film, even if it's just one that resonates with you for the film being good or his performance in the film being specifically good. I've got a few here which I'll show off first quickly. A pile of 5. I got first off one of my favorite like war films, which don't get talked about nearly enough, is The Last Samurai. Just such an epic, big film, with some great performances in here, especially Tom Cruise, Billy Connolly, who's not on it much, but he's really good. Timothy Spall, who's it's weird to think of Timothy Spall in a film like this, but he's really good in it. Ken Watanabe, one of the earliest films I can recall seeing him pop up in. He's great in it, and it's just so epic. So what the battle scene at the end's so well done. It's just one that I personally really have a lot of fun with. Have you guys seen that one?
I've not, Ollie, but
Yeah.
I picked up the Blu-ray for about a couple of quid last month. I need to get onto that one at some point, to be fair.
Yeah, James, you said you've seen that.
Yeah, I've seen it, but that might be one of the Tom Cruise ones I don't own. So I was just writing that down because I'd have to go look around on my shelf to be 100% sure, but I don't think I actually have that one. So I've got in my collection, I put my movies. It's such a weird setup I've got like my HMV 3 millions, my arrows, like all together, my 4Ks all together, but I have got like certain actor sections, and I have got a Tom Cruise section.
What about you,
I've
Andy or
got
Lisa? Oh, what were you saying, James?
Have we seen that? Yes, I've seen that one. Yeah, I love it. And Billy Connolly being in it's just it adds to it for me because I adore Billy Connolly, but I really like that one.
Yeah, I agree. What about you, Andy?
Pretty much a recent one that I absolutely love, Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah.
Born on the 4th of July. I think he is probably his best performance.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it's I quite like a lot of his earlier stuff as well, like The Outsiders, Risky Business, All the Right Moves, even like Days of Thunder. I quite like that movie.
I do. I like that one.
Yeah. Yeah, there's just so many when you think about it. Collateral, seeing him play a villain, it's pretty good. Interview with a Vampire, well, the vampire, I should say. But yeah, yeah, there's just loads.
Yeah.
Andy, I've actually forgot last week. I watched the Interview with the Vampire again, but I didn't really like the ending. I watched it all.
Yeah.
I watched the whole film, and then I got to it, I was like, I've watched this back. It's been a long time since I've seen it. But when I got to the end, I was like, it was a great story, but you had to go. It sort of ruined it for me a bit.
It's for me. It's the point where Antonio Banderas comes into it. The movie loses me. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I like him as an actor, but when he comes into that film, I'm lost. It just loses me. Love the movie.
I agree with that.
I don't know why. I can't put my finger on it. I can't explain it. It just, when he comes into the movie, my interest is gone. I don't know why.
Next one I've chose is probably, I'd say, my favorite Tom Cruise film. I'd use the word wholesome to describe this film, and it's Jerry Maguire. Just
Show me the
absolutely,
money.
yeah, it's just such a great film. Just such a, I think it's the definition of a feel-good film. It just really
I like
puts
the
you in
little
a good
kid.
mood. Yeah, it's just got so many great quotes, characters.
Is that a UK release you've got there, Ollie? I can't quite see.
Yeah, this is the 20th anniversary edition, which comes with like loads of stuff in it. It's got like a booklet. It's got a soundtrack in it.
I
Got all
couldn't find
sorts in
it.
it.
I couldn't find it, so I ended up getting the Australian release of Jerry Maguire because I couldn't find it.
Yeah, this has been, what year is this? 2017 it came out, that version. But yeah, like I said, not only my favorite Tom Cruise film, I'd probably go as far to say one of my favorite films. It's just one of those films that if I put on, it just puts me in a good mood because it's just such a, like I said, feel good film. So yeah, you guys seen that one?
I've not.
When he goes out in the office and he goes, "Who's with me?" and nobody nobody comes. apart from the girl that's in love with him, obviously. Yeah, that's good. It's not about the money; it's about the individual client.
Yeah, Andy and Lisa.
Yeah, I've seen it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't like it the first time I watched it, but on rewatch, it grew on me. I did enjoy it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked
Lisa?
it.
The divorce.
Tom Cruise is in very little that's bad, to be fair, but I do actually really like that one.
Yeah.
I like also when he goes into the room and it's the divorced wives club.
Yeah.
You know, and they're all sitting there, and the lady that sort of split up from him didn't want to be in that, but she's sitting in there with the rest of them. They're all, and he has to walk in the room. I think that was a great scene as well.
Yeah. Right. Next up, I've got probably my favorite recent Tom Cruise film. That kind of just came out of nowhere and just has grown on me a lot the more I've watched it, and it is just a great science fiction film. I think it's Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
With Emily Blunt.
Oh, my favourite.
Yeah, I just absolutely love that film. Just the whole Groundhog Day with like sci-fi mixed in their concept, and the fact that he's got to repeat every day and try and survive, try and fight these robots. Obviously, because Groundhog Day is probably my favorite comedy ever. That's probably why I love it so much, that film. And I like Tom Cruise is just great in it. Great to see Bill Paxton pop up in like one of his last films. He was great in it as well, I thought. Obviously, Emily Blunt. Yeah, just a film that I just really like.
I really liked that one as well, but it didn't do very well.
No, it didn't, did it? No.
No.
And I watched it at the cinema, and I thought it was excellent. I've got the 4K and the 3D of that one, and I watched that. I've watched that repeatedly. I think it's really good.
I think it's why they've struggled to get a sequel off the ground because it didn't do very well. That and the fact that they're both extremely busy, and I'd imagine it'd
And
be quite
expensive.
hard. Yeah, and I'd imagine it'd be quite hard to crack a sequel for that film because of how unique the concept is and the facts. I don't know how you could replicate the quality of the first film.
For me, I'd have Tom Cruise playing the general rather than the main star.
Yeah, but I think he is because he is like the big action star. I think if you put him in a role like that, you wouldn't get, unless you add another just as big name. It'd be a bit difficult, I would think.
What I mean is, somebody comes to him, tells him that's happening, and he's the one that has to help him.
Yeah,
and he's the one that has to help him, but he has to get convinced every day, like the Emily Blunt role.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Maybe.
Yeah. Andy and Sam, have you seen that one?
I haven't seen it, Ollie. It's meant to be really good though. Like
Oh, it's really good.
one of
Yeah.
like the best films of that year. But no, I definitely want to check it out. I will say, yes, some of my favorite Tom Cruise movies, because he's been in some great movies. Top Gun Maverick is definitely one of them. Magnolia is absolutely fantastic.
That was another
Um,
one I was going to show. Magnet should have won an Oscar for that. Should have won an Oscar for that.
Absolutely, Ollie. Yeah, he's probably gives top three, if not his best performance in that one. Top three performance or his best performance, but he's been in some great performances, like great roles. Sorry, but Rain Man, Born on the 4th of July as well. Yeah, he's just been in so many great films and so many, again, Tom Cruise films I've not seen, like The Firm, Risky Business, or Cocktail. Yeah, I think I was going to say Crybaby, but no, that's with Johnny Depp, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, those are some of the early like Tom Cruise films I want to check out at some point as well.
Yeah, nice. Did you say what you thought about that one, Andy?
Edge of Tomorrow, yeah, it's really good, really good. It was one of them where I just thought it doesn't deserve to be as good as it is, but it just really is like a lot of fun, really, really entertaining.
Yeah.
Another one from him I really like is Valkyrie as well. Like I love that film.
Yeah, that's a
I
good
want
one.
to check that one out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ollie, I was just
Yeah.
about to say, when he's repeatedly dying and he has to try and escape. I think it's so funny when he just gets run over by the truck.
Oh yeah.
You know, when he rolls out and he just like he's got to get the timing right, and he just rolls under and just gets squashed, and that's it.
Yeah.
I do like that. I think that's a good bit.
Yeah, it is a good quality film, that one. But yeah, I was saying Magnolia. I just think this is, again, it's probably top 10 film for me. It's just such a
Yeah.
well-made film. I think
Have they seen it?
the fact that this story is interweaving and these characters' lives interweaving with each other as the film goes on. And I think Tom Cruise's character's journey throughout that film, and like I said, the performance he gave in that film, he honestly, I think he should have won an Oscar for it.
Yeah.
I don't know whether the Academy would just think, oh, it's Tom Cruise, he's not an Oscar actor, like. But I think nowadays that's stupid, because I think an Oscar should just go to the person who deserves it the most. But I'm not sure. What was that? Would that have been the 2000 Oscars? So who
Yeah,
won
because the
that?
film came out 99, wasn't it?
99,
So probably
yeah.
around that time, yeah.
So I don't know who was. Did Kevin Spacey win for American Beauty?
I think he
99.
did.
If he did, I thought American Beauty was a great film.
Yeah. So I suppose that's
I've not seen
fair.
Magnolia.
Yeah, Magnolia. It's
I'm
not
just
for
looking it up
everyone,
now.
and the end is very like. Well, the word used is "what the fuck." Like the ending is just like it's bonkers. It is, but it's just such a good film.
It's one of them
Yeah.
3-hour movies that doesn't feel like 3 hours.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, agree with
Feels
that.
like
Yeah.
90 minutes.
Looks like it's
Yeah.
out of print.
Oh, is it?
I didn't know
Well,
that.
I'm just looking at it back at because I was looking for it to get it. Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, I think it is on I think it has been on one of my lists, but because it's been out of print, I've not managed to add it. So I was just looking it up as you were saying that, adding it to my wish list, shall we say?
It's got loads of like. It's got obviously Tom Cruise, John C. Reilly, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Julianne Moore, William H. Macy, Jason Robards, loads of people in Alfred Molina, Philip Baker Hall. Loads of people are in it. It's just such a. It's a character ensemble piece, and it's just just such a great. 99 was such a great year for films. I think.
Yeah.
Might even be my favorite year for films. So many quality films that year.
If you like Boogie Nights, you'll probably like Magnolia.
Well,
'cause
yeah,
I do.
they're very similar.
I've got Boogie Nights, yeah, right. In fact, it's right beside me, I think.
Because I didn't know who directed Magnolia when I watched it, and I thought, is this done by the guy who made Boogie Nights? And turns out it was. when I was watching it because it just feels very, very similar
Yeah.
how it's made.
The last one that I have to show is from 2001. It's Vanilla Sky. Another just very, it's very weird and out there, but I do love Cameron Crowe's early work. Like I love that. Obviously Jerry Maguire, and Almost Famous, one of my favorite films as well.
Yeah, what a film.
I just think Cameron Crowe's just such a he. I think over the last 20 years, he's not done the best. I mean, the only one that I think I've really liked from the last 20 years is We Bought a Zoo, because I think again that's very much him. I never bothered with that Elizabethtown with Orlando Bloom because that just didn't look great, and I didn't think much of that Aloha as well. I thought Aloha was all right with Bradley Cooper, but just didn't feel like his sort of film. But Vanilla Sky, just so weird and just so out there. I think, yeah, I just really like it.
I just got that in the charity shop. I don't know if you've seen one of my videos, Ollie, for £2.50. So I was happy with that because it's not got a UK one, has it? Is that a UK one you've got?
This is the German Blu-ray. It's only available 4K over here on
Yeah, I got it's the Danish Blu-ray I've got. It was in the charity shop. So that was lucky.
Nice. Yeah. Have any of you guys got any of the Tom Cruise films you wanted to mention?
I've got one right here.
Legend is a good one.
I'll let Lisa go first.
Sorry, I was just going to say Legend. Everything that Andy mentioned, I love all of those. And then Rain Man that Sam mentioned. But I think Legend, I really enjoy it. It's one of his early ones. But I think Andy named all my favourites there.
Yeah.
I've got this one that I quite like, which is The Colour of Money.
Oh,
with, with Paul Newman and Tom Cruise being pool hustlers. I think it's the sequel to The Hustler, isn't it?
Yeah.
Paul Newman won an Oscar for that as well.
It's a good one. I think I got this steelbook. I didn't particularly want a steelbook, but it was $4.99 on that site called Zoom. I don't know if you remember Zoom UK.
Oh yeah.
They used to have great deals, and then somebody bought them, and then they went terrible, and then they just went bankrupt, didn't they? So I got on there. The ones I wrote down, Ollie, I wrote down War of the Worlds. I quite like the remake.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
I've also put down Minority Report.
Yeah, that's a great one.
I like that one as well. I like that one there, and I put Cocktail because Sam mentioned that as well. I do like that one as well with Elizabeth Shue. Yeah. That's his early. That's one of his earlier ones. But you're right, as Lisa says. Is there a bad Tom Cruise movie? Can you name a bad one?
The Mummy.
Anybody?
Yeah, we both said it at the same time.
What's that one?
The Mummy.
What? I've never seen that.
Oh,
is it recent?
Not good. Yeah, it's not good.
I avoided that one, Ollie.
Even like all the Mission Impossible films are all pretty solid.
Yeah.
Two might be the weakest, but I still enjoy it. So
6 is my favourite. Fallout.
Oh God,
with Henry Cavill. I think that's the bit. All of them. I actually you reminded me because Dead Reckoning came on Netflix. And I was like, since the second one's coming out, I might want to watch it. But after an hour, I turned Dead Reckoning off. Not because I just was losing attention, but I thought Fallout was much better than Dead Reckoning.
Yeah. Actually, don't mind.
Oh, sorry, Andy.
I was going to say, I actually don't mind Eyes Wide Shut as well.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
I know it's not for everyone, but...
Stanley Kubrick's last film.
Good Kubrick film, yeah.
What about American Made? Have any of you seen American Made? That's a good one.
I've heard that was good.
Plays Barry Seal. Yeah, that's quite a good one, because that's more drama.
Yeah, even
I just thought a bad one.
Night and Day as well. That's like an all right throwaway comedy.
I don't mind that one.
Yeah.
Even the 2 Jack Reacher films, they're all right. They're not bad.
This one's decent. I like the first one of that.
I like them, but now I've sort of watched the Jack Reacher series, and you see the size he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
it's sort of like I'll go back. I really like I really like the movies, but then I go back and then I look. You're not the size you should be. Is a wee bit different. But the other one that I was about to say that I didn't think was particularly great was the Mummy, the remake of the Mummy.
Yeah.
To be honest as well, Ollie, I think this one got a bit of good reception when this film came out, but I might like this film now because I haven't seen it since the cinema in 2013, but Oblivion, I could
Oblivion, yeah.
not get into that when I originally watched it. I just didn't do much for me, but it's one that I think because I've not seen it for about 12 years now, it's probably one I might change my opinion on, possibly. I do like the scene where he's showing his records. Sorry, James.
I was just about to say rewatch it because
I do want to
think
check it out again, yeah.
I've got on 4K because I actually thought, I think sometimes, well, maybe it's me, but sometimes it takes 2 or 3 watches to understand.
Yeah.
Well, for me, to understand the movie sometimes. Like when I first watched Arrival, I was like, "What's this pile of?" And then I rewatched it, and I rewatched it again, and it's sort. And Oblivion is one that I think the more you watch it, the more it grows. The more it grows on you. So it's strange how films do that because I really hated Arrival to start off with, but now I really like it.
Yeah, it's great. I love that film.
Yeah. Right. We are going to very quickly fly through my movie news roundup of the week. And then I think we're going to call it a night because I've got to be up at 5:30 in the morning. But we got 2
Jesus.
streams this week. So, yeah, I know. So I don't want to go to bed too late because otherwise I will not be getting too much sleep. So we'll fly through this and then we'll call it a day.
Is it work, Ollie, or have you got something planned?
No, I got to get up for work that early. Yeah, nightmare.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah. So the first thing I've put down is I don't know if everybody knew, but about October last year, they announced that Daniel Day-Lewis is making his comeback to film. And he's going to be in his son's directorial debut called Anemone. That, funnily enough, has got Sean Bean in it. And it's just been given a release date of October the 4th this year. So potential awards position for the film. You guys got any thoughts on the film itself? That date? Do you think Daniel Day-Lewis could be up yet again for another Oscar after almost 10 years in retirement?
Never heard of the movie. I think he's a great actor. But has it been too long? Is my thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he was really good in Phantom Thread. Ollie is the last film he was in because I think that film gets a little bit of a mixed bag of reception. I really liked it. To be fair, I really liked that one. But him making a comeback role, I'm not too sure, but I'm sure he'll be really good. I mean, it's Daniel Day-Lewis. He's absolutely fantastic. Actually, Ollie, that reminds me, I need to check out the film My Left Foot. I've heard really good things about
that's really good. Yeah, really
brilliant.
good.
Yeah.
It's the bird lady from Home Alone, or Duffy.
Yeah, Brenda Fricker.
From Casually.
Yeah.
Lisa and Andy, what do you think about that?
I hadn't heard of it. I'm just looking up to see what's it about, or do we know what the movie's based on or anything?
I think it's a drama about a father and son's relationship, as far as I know.
Right.
It looks like it's like set in the 80s or 90s. But I don't know. I know they filmed it. Yeah.
I'll watch anything with him in. I think he's a fabulous actor. So fingers crossed, and it might get his son a little bit of, nepotism at its finest, but it might get him a little bit of, be known out there.
Yeah, definitely. Andy?
Yeah, like you guys, I didn't really know of it or hear of it until now, but he's very reliable as an actor. He always delivers. He's always 100%. He's one of my favourites, but yeah, I'd love to see him come back. I think when he's not doing it, I think it's a waste because he is that good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I really liked him in Phantom Thread.
Yeah.
That scene where he's like, he's just ordering the sausages just makes me so hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's he's when he's
You're
if he's
making me
not
hungry.
acting, it's a waste.
Yeah. Next up, David O. Russell has just started production on his newest film, which is Madden, starring Christian Bale and Nicolas Cage as John Madden. It's supposed to be more about the launch of like the football NFL Madden game, as opposed to obviously his football career. But I think the more interesting thing is David O. Russell trying to make a comeback. He's not a very popular name in Hollywood. There's a lot of bad behind the scenes stuff about him from the past, and obviously Amsterdam didn't do too well. So do you guys have any thoughts on if you think this Madden film could be a comeback for him and the talent involved in it?
I have seen a mock-up of Nicolas Cage as Madden. I don't know if he's got a patsuit on, but I hope he has. And in terms of directors and things like that in their personal lives, I try and pay attention to that, because if you did, you wouldn't watch any movies. There's
Yeah.
so many people that have done stuff, and you'd like, I want to boycott that film because I've done that or this or that, and you know. I just try and avoid anything like that, because there's so many. You could cancel everybody. That's the problem.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's my
Anyone
so that's
else?
my only thoughts.
Yeah, anyone else got any thoughts on that one?
Well, with the cast he's got in it, if that's not successful for him, I don't know what else would be. I mean, I know Nicolas Cage is some people love him and some people hate him. I'm in the love camp. So even though the subject matter is not something I'm interested in, it's got Nicolas Cage in it, so I'm going to watch it. And Christian Bale as well. So
Yeah,
he's got a decent leading stars there. So if it's any good, it should launch him back out there.
Yeah, definitely.
Lisa, I was about to say there as well. You could people tried to cancel Christian Bale for his rant on Terminator Salvation, didn't they? I don't know if you've seen that behind the scenes. They've got like a voice recorder.
Yes.
I'm really shouting at a sound guy, and
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah.
right, he was in a moment. He's had a bad
Everybody
day.
has one of those days. Yeah, we all have one of
So
those
that's
days.
what I'm talking about, the cancel culture. You're like, cancel anybody.
Mm.
Yeah,
Like Gary Lineker's just been cancelled, isn't it? More or less.
yeah,
Yeah, and for sharing something they didn't know what I was sharing.
He should have read it in full, shouldn't he? But anyway, I think it's a
Yeah,
bit.
but
People aren't allowed to say anything anymore. It's getting a bit ridiculous now.
yeah. Next up's one for Sam. Wes Anderson's just been interviewed. I'm assuming at Cannes, obviously about his new film. But he said in an interview that he believes that everyone should watch all of his films at least twice to fully get them and understand them. And I know Sam was saying that he wanted to give Asteroid City another go. Well, the director said himself now that he thinks that if you don't get on, watch it again. So yeah, I thought that was just an interesting little bit of news to add. Does anyone have any thoughts on that and like Wes Anderson's films, and have you preferred watching them on a rewatch? Do you get anything better out of them on a rewatch?
I would say, Ollie, for me, excuse me, do you know what? I'm really actually looking forward to when I go back to Asteroid City when I get round to it, because I thought there's just a couple of his films I've just thought of, Ollie, like Bottle Rocket. I thought was just fine. It was okay. Watched it again. I was like, that's pretty good. I watched it again. I thought that was excellent. So there's that. Isle of Dogs, I hated the first time I watched it. Then I watched it again and I loved it. So I'm hoping that might be the similar case to when, I go back to like Asteroid City, possibly. But yeah, a couple of these films have definitely been a grower for me as well. Weirdly enough, though, Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou, sorry, I watched that the first time I watched it, really enjoyed it. Sorry, I think the first couple of times I thought it was excellent. I watched it again third viewing, it wasn't as good, but I still enjoyed it. But Yeah, pretty much though, Ollie. Despite what I make of his last two films, everything from Bottle Rocket up to Isle of Dogs, I have loved all of those movies, and Grand Budapest Hotel being my favourite film of his and one of my favourite films of all time. I'm booked to see Royal Tenenbaums and Steve Zissou next month as well at Tyneside Cinema. Booked my tickets today.
Nice. Anyone else got any thoughts on that?
I was just looking up Ollie his films because I'm not great at remembering who directed who or who did that. And actually, the only film I've ever seen of his is Asteroid City, which I turned off.
Yeah.
It's the only one I've ever seen.
That's fair enough. I mean, like I said before, I don't think he's to everyone's taste. He's not like a mainstream film director. If you're not really into film, I wouldn't just go and recommend you to just go and start off by watching one of Wes Anderson's films. Because if you're not into film, you're not gonna get what it is. Because it is more unique. But if you're like a film lover, I think just trying his films is good, because some of his films are definitely better than others, like Sam was saying as well. And some films definitely, I think, deserve to be watched more than once to like, especially his films, because his films are very chaotic and like all over the place. You definitely pick up more things when you watch it again. So yeah, that's what I think about that. Next up, the next thing I put down is Denzel Washington, Robert Pattinson, and Daisy Edgar Jones have teamed up to star in Fernando Meirelles, who did he did The Two Popes, and he recently last year did Sugar, the TV series on Apple. He's teamed up to do that, and it's called Here Comes the Flood, and it's supposed to be an unconventional heist movie set in the future during a flood. So anyone got any thoughts on that, and specifically Denzel Washington teaming up with Robert Pattinson?
I'll be up
First
for
thing
that.
that
I've
came,
seen that, yeah.
the first thing that came to mind when you said that, Ollie, was Hard Rain.
Yeah,
It's obviously a futuristic version.
yeah. I think it's based on a novel as well, from what I've read. But the director's a good director, so he did something else. Did he do The Constant Gardener or something like that back then? I can't remember now, but
yeah,
he's done some. He did something around that time that did quite well. But yeah. Anyone else think of anything about that? Any thoughts to add? No. Next one is I suppose quite a big news story. They've just announced that the Odyssey, the new Christopher Nolan film, has been shot entirely in IMAX and is the first feature film to do so. Do you think this is going forward? This is going to be a thing that big films, will be shot fully in IMAX, because obviously lots of these directors, especially Nolan, likes their films to be viewed in IMAX. I know he was quite a big champion with that for Oppenheimer. He wanted everyone to go and see that in IMAX. So do you think this is like a new way of going forward in terms of filmmaking, with films being entirely shot on IMAX, or do you think it's just not viable because of the price to shoot films on IMAX? Anyone got any thoughts on that one?
That is what I was about to say, Ollie. Too expensive.
Yeah.
Just too expensive. And does every film need to be shot in IMAX?
Yeah. True.
I don't think so. But obviously, it does look good. Sorry, I've just dropped a pile of DVDs here. So picking them up. Ones that I'm getting rid of from my collection, shall we say, because I've upgraded. But IMAX is a great thing, but does every not every film needs to be filming that, and it's extremely expensive. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't like Oppenheimer.
Yeah, you're not alone there. I didn't love it on. I think Sam was the same. Sam didn't like it on the first watch. It's very
Ye-
slow and brutal. It's a very well-made
Yeah,
film, but it's not my favorite Nolan film for sure.
I will say I liked it, Ollie. I think when I came out of it, I said I loved it, but I think like you, I thought more about it over time, and I thought I liked it. I thought it was good, but I just didn't think it was 5 out of 5. One of the greatest films ever. It just Nolan's finest. It just wasn't that for me personally. But then again, I could go back and change my opinion on that on second viewing. But I think like what we were saying, Ollie, is just one of them movies. I just haven't got that urgency to go back and revisit anytime soon. But
Yeah,
it's really well made and it's so well acted, like you'd expect in a lot of Nolan's films, and like visually really good cinematography, but just yeah, it just I don't think I can't see that film having much rewatchability. For me, that one,
That's
yeah.
what I mean, Sam. If you
yeah,
were to watch a Christopher Nolan film, would you put on Oppenheimer or would you put on The Dark Knight?
Dark Knight all the way, mate. Yeah,
That's
even the
what I mean.
Dark
That's what
Knight
I mean.
Rises.
Heath Ledger. Would you watch Oppenheimer or would you or would you watch The Dark Knight? That's the thing for me. I would like. I said I'm all superhero out, but I'd watch that again several
Oh,
times.
same, James. And to be honest, James, I'd even put Batman Begins and The Dark Knight Rises over an Oppenheimer as well.
And I get it's a great historical movie. It just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm excited for his next film, to be honest, Ollie. I mean, I do really like Christopher Nolan, but as I say, after watching Oppenheimer, and I did like it, but just didn't get excited about that movie like a lot of people did. But I can't say I'm excited for his next film as I would be with, say, what Sean Baker's got in the pipeline, or
Yeah.
directors like that. I would say definitely, but we'll
Yeah.
see. I might end up loving it, mate. Who knows?
I think if he'd have chosen to do something completely original again, I would have been a bit more interested. But because it's something based on something that's been done before, I'm not as interested. But I'm still going to watch it, and I'm sure it's still going to be a good film. But I'm not as interested as I wanted to be. Next up, there's a Rambo prequel film in the works now, with the director of
Ooh.
Sisu aboard to direct it. But apparently no Stallone involved in this one in any capacity. Thoughts on that one?
Uh,
Leave it alone.
a young
Yeah.
a young Rambo running through the jungle in the Vietnam War does appeal to me, but with no Stallone.
No, it's not going to work without him.
No.
It
You need,
doesn't
you need,
it doesn't need that storytelling because First Blood just says it perfectly. It's the aftermath of him dealing with his PTSD from that war.
Yeah.
You don't need to see it.
First Blood is an excellent movie. It really is.
Yeah,
Do you know that?
It's
I
great.
didn't know that Stallone didn't like it, and there's a version of it where there's a lot more dialogue,
Yeah.
and he asked for all his dialogue to be cut out completely because he didn't like it. And so he doesn't say much in the film because he asked for that to. Now, Colonel Trotman was going to be played by a famous actor. Who was it? I can't remember. Might have been Charlton Heston, but he did. He then changed. He wouldn't. He can do it for scheduling reasons, and they brought the good Colonel Trotman in. So some coincidences make a big thing because he played a great Colonel Trotman, didn't he?
Yeah. But yeah, I agree. I don't think that there's any need for a prequel. I think just leave it alone now. I think we've had enough films, most of which were good. I don't think we need any more. Don't think it needs to be
To be
messed with.
honest, Ollie, I'd probably watch it.
Yeah,
I think we'd
fair
all
enough.
probably watch it.
That's
Yeah,
what I mean. Rambo, would it be any good? That's the difference thing. What would my opinion be on it? But I'd probably watch it.
Who are they casting as a young Rambo? I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Because
Gotta get
It would be better if.
I thought on paper when it got announced, I thought that the idea of the Creed movie was absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
I thought that was before the movie.
Right.
Before I saw the movie, I thought the idea of that was terrible, and then the
Yeah.
movie was actually really good.
Yeah.
So
That's what.
maybe it's a case of
Yeah.
waiting.
So. But I would like Stallone to be involved though. Why is he not involved?
They probably didn't even ask him. They probably just did it without him, didn't they? Because it was the same with the last Creed film. They went ahead and did it without him.
Yeah.
So probably just the same thing. Maybe he just wasn't interested.
Yeah,
But,
maybe. But I would have liked them to be involved, and maybe say Rambo wouldn't do that or do this and speak to the guy that might help.
yeah.
But
The last topic to talk about before we wrap this up for the night is talking about Tom Cruise. He's basically said that he's finalizing deals on what will be not his next film, because he shot his next film, which is the new Inarritu film. His film after that, which is going to be called Deeper, and is this space film that's been teased for a long time, directed by Doug Liman, where he's supposedly going in space, but a lot of the film is also going to be shot underwater. And he's just basically teased, it's not been confirmed, that his co-star will be Ana de Armas. Apparently they've been doing a lot of training together recently. It's even been rumored that they've started dating. But yeah, I think it's just interesting, Tom Cruise lining up more huge films like this at the age of 62. And he also came out with yesterday and said that he's going to be doing films well into his 100s. He's not going to stop until he literally pops his clogs, I think he said. Along those lines, it's just
Ollie,
nuts.
I think it came up on a YouTube short yesterday that Tom Cruise was 60, so it was obviously a couple of years out of date. But my son was sitting next to me and he goes, "Wow, Tom Cruise is 60." He
Yeah,
did say that. It was like I said, all these celebrities have got better plastic surgeons than me. That's what,
yeah,
or they've got more nutritionists and things like that, or whatever. But he does look great for 60. You can't argue that, can you? Or is he 60?
yeah.
Yes, 62.
62 now, yeah.
Yeah, amazing.
He's been acting for like 45 years.
Yeah.
Well, he
Mad.
was in Top Gun in what 84 or something like that. You're right. It's just like
Yeah. It's one of his
Yeah.
earliest ones, Taps, which was 81.
Yeah.
there
Is
you
that the one he
go.
broke his tooth for?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
What's your thoughts on him doing this one now? Do you think it's too much? Do you think he should calm it down and do some more like dramas or he said he wants to get into comedies after obviously portraying Les Grossman in Tropic Thunder.
He was awesome in that. I love Tom Cruise in like drama roles. I'd like to see him do more of that. And I'm always up if he's going to do action. I like the sound of this. I knew nothing about it until you've mentioned it, but I'll go watch anything with Tom Cruise in because he rarely disappoints. So I think he can turn his hand to anything. And when they said he was doing comedy in Tropic Thunder, I think everybody was a bit, what, Tom Cruise comedy? But he was hilarious. He just
Yeah.
had this real irreverence and he didn't care. He just didn't care how he looked, how he came across, and it was really, really funny. So I'll definitely be there to see that one the minute it comes out.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to his next one because it's an Inarritu film, and I think that's going to be more of a drama. I don't know what it's about. I think they've literally not released anything about it. I think it's about a man that's humanity's last hope or something. But yeah, apparently that's more of a drama. I think they're trying to push him for awards again, but that's not until next October, so a bit of a wait, a whole year and a half pretty much. But yeah, Tom Cruise is good. Anything he puts his name against, I'm interested in, like you said, Lisa. So yeah, I'm sure that'll be one that I'll watch as well at some point when it comes out in the future. So yeah, that's it. That's all my topics. So I'll wrap it up here. I say thank you to everyone in the comments for joining and commenting. I'm sorry we didn't get through to all of them. There's still loads of comments to go through. and I would have gladly gone through more of them, but I do have to get to bed early because otherwise, well, it's not early, but I need to get enough sleep to be up in the morning because I've got work and then I'm going out for a meal after work, and then too many late nights is not good when you have to work. So want to make sure I go to bed now. But thank you, Lisa, for joining as well. It was great to have you on for the first time, and
Yep,
hopefully
nice
we
to
can
see
get
having
you back
me.
on
Lisa.
again.
I've watched your
You
channel
too.
quite a lot as well. I do
Oh,
like when you
cool.
do your letterbox. I do like when you do your letterboxes in the one screen and you can see in the other. I always wondered that. I think that was great.
Oh, yeah, yeah. It's the only way I remember what I've watched.
Yeah, and thank you to Sam, Andy, and James for joining again as usual.
No worries.
I
So
am gonna.
much, Ollie.
Yeah, you're welcome. I am gonna dash. I'm not gonna hang about afterwards because I'm just gonna go straight to bed. I expect
Sleep.
because I need some sleep. But thanks everyone for watching, and thank you guys for joining the stream tonight. And we'll be back Wednesday night. I think I've put it in for about 7:15 on Wednesday. For my birthday streams. If you guys can come by, drop a comment then, be much appreciated. But yeah,
Sure.
thanks everyone, and I'll talk to you all again soon. Bye
Thanks,
guys.
Ollie.
Bye,
Bye.
Ollie.
Bye.
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 Bye.